Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Because guess what? It's the NFC Championship game. We're doing a watch party. So, uh, let me wait for some people to get in here live and let us know if we're live because I know what's going to happen. It's going to be like, what do you think of Denard Wilson? What do you think? So we'll chat on that a little bit, but we're going to give you a big old fat I don't know.
Yeah.
Number one. I did some research and stuff. He's actually was the number one guy for me when the Giants fired Wink Martindale a couple of years ago. But I want Conference Championship Sunday is my favorite day, football weekend of the year. I'm not just going to totally ignore it for this. And Grump is going to be with me tomorrow in Mobile, Alabama. So we're not going to do the show tonight on these coordinator hires. So we're just going to do that tomorrow. And we just kind of want to watch this game, enjoy, chat, all that good stuff. We are live, by the way. How we doing?
Testing, pooping.
How you doing? How you holding up in the snow?
Oh my God, I'm doing fine. I will admit that so it didn't snow like at all. Like certainly not what I'm used to back home. But it's like, a dusting on the cars, but it is capped off by like a layer of freezing rain, ice. And then it started to rain again and freeze over like at like 5 p.m. too. So like I get why my flight was canceled, but I don't understand why school is canceled tomorrow. I can tell you that. Like there's plenty of time to fix this, but whatever.
But they may not be prepared. I don't know. Is your flight still on, by the way?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna check in right now.
What time's your departure?
It's early, man.
I need to get your new information so I could send Doug Analytics so he can track you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What time is it at?
8. It is at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, send me that so I can send to Doug Analytics.
I did wake up in like a semi panic because yesterday when I woke up and I had an email that my flight was already canceled. So I was like, all right, shit. Before I tell Bobby anything, let me see if I can figure out what else is going on. So I dealt with that. And then today I woke up from an email from my new flight. But it was basically just telling me that I'm able to check in now. So.
Okay, cool. I'm in Alabama. I forgot to say that to people. People are like, "Where are you?" I'm in Alabama. Our Airbnb. We'll do a little Airbnb review on our recap show or whatever at the end of the week. But it's actually pretty nice. Only complaint is the sink has a drip in my bedroom, and then the TV you could tell it's been dropped. It's not major. But in the snow game, you could see like rings on it. Like now, I'm watching the game, the Seahawks Rams game. You can't tell.
That is still way better than what we dealt with last year. How bad
last year was
drip?
the worst place ever. And they kept on messaging us last year about like, can you leave a review? And I almost responded like,
you don't want
that. Just stop. Let me not like your Airbnb in peace. So we got that. So this is kind of just hanging out. This is like the unofficial kickoff the Senior Bowl week every year. But Grump's not here because his flight got delayed. If it gets canceled tomorrow, I'm just gonna drive up and pick you up. It's a nice quick 16-hour trip for me, but we'll do the same thing.
Round trip. I don't. It's supposedly supposed to be done like now. We'll do like a live. We don't have Danny here. So I'll check my models, all right? Yeah, and it says, so initially I've been watching this thing get less and less dangerous throughout the week. Since I first heard about it, it was like, oh my God, everyone is going to die. Stay hunkered in, make sure that you don't lose power and your pipes don't freeze and shit. And I'm like, as the week went on, I was like, it looks like it turns into rain pretty fast. And then I saw it was like breaking up throughout the day. It was like stopping in the early morning and then picking back up at night. And it was supposed to go until like fucking 11 o'clock at night. Now it looks like it's supposedly stopping right now. So, and not picking back up. The only thing is that it's still cold outside. So like stuff might have frozen over, but like it's gonna be sunny and stuff tomorrow, and they have all night to fix this shit. And if you're an airport, I feel like you're
My only worry is that yes, but I guess they just canceled the flights and not delayed them, so I guess you're good.
correct.
My
Yeah.
worry was like a backup, a consistent backup. So
Well, the other thing too is that when you fly to like a regional airport rather than a large airport, you're usually the first one to be cut. But I no longer have a direct flight to Mobile. I'm flying to Atlanta first and then to Mobile, and I'm sure Atlanta is fine. So
yeah, that's fair.
I think I'll be all right.
The guy from the Titans is our new DC. Cole Bright breaks news on here. So yeah, now that we got some people here, like it's got 250 people here, that's probably going to be the amount of people hanging out with us for the game. This is
And thank
not,
you for hanging out, by the way.
yeah, seriously, because this is not what we usually do. We're not usually like this is a one time a year where we stream a non Giants game thing as our kickoff the Senior Bowl week. So I'm sure it'll come up in conversation throughout the stream, but this is not about the hiring of Denard Wilson and then Chris Horton as special teams coordinator. We will do a full and in-depth podcast tomorrow. I was thinking maybe we can do that live, for the people get it, so it does get out on their Monday, 6:30 here would be 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And that also makes us not have to edit as much. And, while we're, getting ready for a day, because I mean, Grump, let's look at our schedule.
First practice is at fucking like 1 or something, isn't it?
Which you think, oh, that's good. We get to sleep. Actually, we don't, because guess what? That means that Radio Row gets pushed up earlier because they want the guys meeting. So our first interview is slated for 5:30.
Oh, in the morning?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah. So we're going to be going like from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now we'll have some time in the morning on Tuesday to, if you want to take a quick power nap, but before we go back to practice or go out to practice. But then practice to start at what, 1 o'clock is what it is?
I think so, yeah. I had the email from Molly somewhere.
Yeah. So our Radio Row is 5:30 to 6:45 and then 8 to 9 a.m. So there's a gap between 7 and 8 a.m. Sure, we can just, watch some
Duncan.
players, talk, just hang out, chit and chat a little bit. So and then Wednesday the same, and then Thursday we're not going to go do interviews. So Thursday we can sleep in a little bit. But this is good though, because that it happened tonight. It would have been better if it happened yesterday, tomorrow at like at noon or whatever. But so one of the worries is when you're hiring a whole new coaching staff is that it ruins Senior Bowl week for us because we're focusing on that, not the Senior Bowl. So what's great is we're not going to really have a Senior Bowl preview episode. We'll probably do like a 10-minute segment on that at the end of the show, Grump.
Okay.
But, or whatever. But it's going to be full just Giants new coaching episode, me and you together, get that done. And then we're not stressing on when they hire a defensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator, we're ready. We're ready for Todd Monken to be named that at any moment. So we're not even worried about that.
No.
We can do like that doesn't change much about us. Like, if anything, we can put a bonus podcast out this week. If it happens on Tuesday, we can put out a bonus podcast. But we're prepped for that notes wise. And then that way we could just do the full Senior Bowl week, enjoy it, and then give your guys a great Senior Bowl recap for Friday for you guys. So
I can say a couple like general things about Denard Wilson and the hiring so far is that
you
for
can't
starters,
judge by the numbers for number one.
No, but I mean, there's some interesting things. So like my opinion being taken out of this is that so far it's a lot of ex-Raven coaches, right? Especially on the
It's only
offensive
that
side.
outside
Yeah.
of Tim Kelly and Charlie Bolin.
Yeah. Well, with the exception of Denard Wilson was only a DB's coach, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It was only for 1 year too, so it's not like he's a Ravens lifer.
But I mean, on the offensive side of the ball, what's interesting to me is I don't know. It seems like there was some sort of, I think there's more to the like players versus coaches in the Baltimore locker room in terms of, I don't know. I do think that there was some sort of a power struggle there, and I guess we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If he's pulling all the same coaches for the most part, and I don't think Tim Kelly's going to be a real needle mover, personally. So that'll be an interesting kind of subplot is how well the Ravens do next year and how well our offense does.
Yeah. Um.
That was the worst championship game I've ever seen.
Yeah, Eagle GQ 5930. It was terrible. Again, I said to you before, I'm glad that if I was going to be distracted for a conference championship game, because conference championship weekend is my favorite weekend of football of the year. I'm glad it was that game where I had to be distracted by Chris Horton and Denard Wilson. So I really like Wilson in the 2024 Giants DC search. He had never been a defensive coordinator, so you never fully know. But the Titan, everybody I've seen from Titans land likes him, and that's pretty encouraging for a guy whose defenses overall weren't ranked very well. You look at I even just tweeted out their depth chart. It's so bad. But usually, even if that's the case, people aren't making excuses for the defensive coordinator, right? So, like, we very well may have a Patrick Graham situation in our hand where it's like, yeah, all these rankings were bad in his spot, but he's actually pretty smart and good at this.
Yeah, and I think also what people forget, it's very hard for a defense to do well statistically when your offense also stinks, puts you in a lot of bad situations, keeps your team on the field for way too long. So that skews stuff too. So yeah, it's definitely encouraging that Titans fans are about him, because I can tell you they weren't about Shane Bowen.
Yeah. Now, they were second in yards that first year and 30th in points, which is a fucking wild discrepancy. But you got to remember how many times Will Levis was just putting that ball in the other team's end zone, basically. Or in their own end zone, actually. All right, we're getting ready to get kickoff. We need this to be a good game. This is a 3.0 matchup, so we shouldn't be no blowouts. This should be a close game. Who's your official prediction? I got Rams over Seahawks.
My initial prediction, which I'm going to stick with, was Rams over Seahawks. But after last week, I'm feeling more Seahawks over Rams. So
fair.
I'm going to stick to my guns, but I won't be shocked at all if Seattle wins this game.
So my final four was Patriots over Texans, Rams over Seahawks, and then Patriots over Rams. So I really want the Rams to win for that prediction. And I think the Patriots have a better chance of beating the Rams than they do the Seahawks.
I don't think it. This is where we differ.
I saw your tweet where you said, like, now gets to see who loses the Super Bowl. I think people are going to underestimate the Patriots all these 2 weeks because they had, like, I understand that C.J. Stroud played bad, but, like, the Patriots defense plays a part in that, and their defense was amazing. Their defense, did really good against the Chargers, and obviously the Broncos had Jarrett Stidham in the snow. I think people are underestimating the Patriots, and you know what? Like, the Seahawks and Rams aren't the teams that are going to bring a bunch of pressure and just win against their receivers one-on-one like these last two teams did.
I understand that. You're probably right. People are definitely going to play it down. I also think that it only snowed for like a quarter and a half. And for the 2.5 quarters that it wasn't snowing, that offense looked like absolute dog shit. And you can say whatever you want about how good the Broncos defense is. I don't know. I saw Jackson Dart put up some points and look better than Drake May did. And I don't think much of the Giants offense from this year.
I agree.
The other thing too is it's not really a shot at the Patriots. It's a really fast turnaround. That wide receiver group is a little bit of cheeks, man. Like Mac Hollins. I don't like Mac Hollins personally. I think he's like at best like a 4 or 5 receiver.
Yeah. Here's where I think the difference is between the Broncos and the Patriots and the Texans defense and the Rams and Seahawks. The Texans and the Broncos defenses, we're coming after your ass. We are going to win. We're going to be physical with you. The Rams and Seahawks is we're going to try and confuse you. And Drake May doesn't get confused, really. Like, he's so good at that stuff where I think it eliminates some of the good stuff that these two, not eliminates, but I don't think either of these two defenses poses a challenge to the Patriots that the last two did.
I think it's just a different challenge. I think I personally think that the Seahawks defense is more talented than the Broncos defense. I think that Broncos just have a better defensive coordinator. I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah, the Broncos play an attacking style. Neither of these two teams play an attacking style.
Very
So the
much.
Patriots receivers get hurt against that attacking style, and their offensive line is not great. So, like, the Seahawks, I'm not sitting here saying the Seahawks defense is worse. It's just I think the Patriots are better suited to face a Seahawks defense. It's not even a Seahawks versus Broncos just in general, right? There's, Sam Darnold, I think, would be better suited to face the Broncos than his own Seahawks defense or whatever.
We didn't sync up. You have Darnold in the huddle right now, right? Just
Yeah.
broke the huddle.
Let me wait till a play clock comes up and we'll do that. All right, my play clock is at 22, 21.
Oh wow, I'm way ahead of you.
Okay, what is yours at?
Hang on, they already did the snap. So next snap, I'll pause until they get to the line of scrimmage.
Well, wait first because sometimes these YouTube TVs has like that delayed thing. Let me Yeah. So you gotta for some reason YouTube TV, you have to have like this decreased delay thing.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11.
So I just saw the Seahawks 2nd and 5 snap.
You just saw the snap?
Yeah, so now it's 3rd and 5.
Okay.
Here,
I just saw that happen too. 36, 35. It popped up and now it's gone. Now we're doing defensive line.
I think we're pretty synced up now.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. I'll tell you what I'm at in a second. All right, come on, play clock. All right, 15, 14, 13. Am I ahead of you now?
Yeah. That's super weird.
I just
15,
paused the 10.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
All right.
Now
let's
we're close.
do play-by-play. Takes the snap, drops back, throws it
deep. He's got him.
And he got Rashid Shaheed for the big game. All right, so
damn, down to the 25.
We're synced up. Rashid Shaheed, dude, what a
trade.
I know. That's a clutch trade deadline move. Nice release.
Just ran right by him. I will say Drake May had one really, really good throw to Matt Collins in the basket today. I think it was during the snow. So it was
like on a
late
little
third quarter. Yeah. That was an excellent, excellent throw. Quick pass outside. Makes a guy miss.
Rams better figure this shit out. Speaking of the Rams defense, I can't believe the Steelers hired Mike McCarthy.
Oh my God. I'm not shocked at all.
Mike McCarthy was the worst hire in the world for whatever team, right? Like I was always wondered why he was viewed so much worse than Kevin Stefanski. But the Steelers, what the heck? Like, that's the worst fit. Why would you guys do that?
I don't really know. They're in a really weird spot where I think they're kind of at a complete rebuild phase. And I think they probably want an experienced guy. And I think like the only experienced guys in this cycle were Harbaugh, which they didn't get anywhere near the sweepstakes on, McCarthy and Kevin Stefanski. And like, I don't know. They're probably going with the safer bet with McCarthy, right? Of just like someone who's been around longer than Stefanski. You're betting on a lot of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's no good options for them at a complete rebuild. It's a bad year for that.
The thing is, they love to hold on to that thing that says they've never fired a coach.
I know.
And I guess maybe, like you said, maybe they're just doing it for that. I don't know.
I mean, they're going to have to fire McCarthy. He's not going to just like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll let his contract run out.
Yeah, they just do what the Cowboys did. They just let Oh, man, he almost got that.
He really almost got out of there. Big fan of Kenneth Walker.
By the way, maybe I'm just misremembering. This has been a horrible year for teams going for it on 4th down. So, like, start kicking field goals.
Well, I'll say, I know, like, there's a ton of revision. Like, I feel like everybody has a strong opinion on 4th downs after we see the results.
Yes, and I love that so much.
The Twitter, world, which is not.
That's my favorite thing in the world is like, it just, all right, let's go. Big game. 4th down didn't work. Oh, he
Ooh,
bounced it. Touchdown.
got it.
Dude, I'm not the biggest Kenneth Walker fan, but I don't know if there's anyone who's better at bouncing a run than Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. He's really good. You know what stinks?
I think he bounces it too much, but he's so good at that.
First of all, I love how many throwback Seahawks uniforms are in the crowd. Let's start there. This Senior Bowl that we're about to cover might be really, really difficult to look at, like wide receivers, DBs. I mean, we can see some stuff, but the QB list for this year it's pretty rough. And what really stinks is practice does not cater to running backs. And going through like preliminary stuff, like there's a number of running backs here that I think are really, really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And we're not really going to get to see any of that. Well, you'll see it on the game, the Senior Bowl game itself, but
so we don't have a third set of eyes this year. But I think what we're going to do is just have our camera set up on receivers and stuff, and then watch them after. And then I think we should just focus on trenches in this Senior Bowl year.
Yeah, which sucks because like I'd like to look at DBs, but
yeah,
without a quarterback that's throwing accurate and on time with guys that he's not familiar with, so like you kind of have to be like extra good. Like you're not really going to get to see their ball skills, and we're pretty much going to be watching them at the release, and then that's kind of most of it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Keontae Scott, the Miami corner. By the way, Ruben Bain is not going to be.
He's not.
I don't know why they announced that, and then 2 days later, like, nope. Also, my first breakdown is coming out tomorrow, and I think this guy's the reason I'm putting this guy out first, because the breakdowns are not just for Giants fans; they're for everybody, the whole world. And it's David Bailey, the Texas Tech edge. And I guess I should have done another one first and got it out before this, but I know he's gonna have such a good week, I think, that everyone's gonna be wanting to watch film on him, and I want that breakdown out there for that. So now I see some people saying he's like a top 5 pick and stuff. Maybe if the draft is that bad, then I'm worried.
Yeah, really.
But I like him more than James Pierce Jr. I didn't like James Pierce, but like I think he's like a little bit of a better version of James Pierce, even though Pierce probably has better get off and athleticism overall. But David Bailey's very athletic. I wrote him down as a low first.
I didn't watch him yet. I was trying to get through every single offensive lineman.
It's going to be tough because we got to do so many coaching stuff tomorrow. But I'd like to get an Emmanuel Pregnon breakdown done too.
Oh, I watched him.
Oregon. What do you think of him?
I liked him. Yeah, I think
I'm going to try and get a breakdown done of him, and maybe I like to space those breakdowns out, but maybe I'll just put that out. Especially if we do a live podcast Monday night, maybe I'll just put that out Tuesday morning.
I liked him more than the right tackle that's going to be here, the Oregon right tackle.
I didn't watch the right tackle. Isaiah World, dude. Talk about disappointment. I really liked him in the way too early process, and I thought he had a really good spring game at Oregon. And you saw some of the issues in Nevada, and he just stunk this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Senior Bowl is a chance to, answer questions and get better at what you know what I mean? Like, there's so much emphasis on college and just winning that, like, there isn't necessarily someone there to teach you to get better and what you need to do to get better. Yeah. There's definitely somebody there telling you what to do in order to win the game.
But he's just so big and athletic, and I'm like, dude, like, how are you have this bad of results in college?
Yeah, I did like Emmanuel Pregnon though.
Yeah, he might be the top interior guy in the draft. So I'm sure we'd all love to get out of the draft with that guy. I'm really excited to see your boy, the Toledo safety.
Oh, dude, me too, man.
McNeil Warren, I think his name is.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch.
I put him on our interview request list, even though for some reason we put the regular list, and it's just like, no, here's random dudes. I texted you today of like last year we told Pat Bryant to go fuck himself, and then today he's getting speed sweeps in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. I can't wait to find out who we turned down this year.
Yeah, I'm sure, Wednesday we're just going to be like, we're done. Sorry. Done. Goodbye. I did put Diego Pavia on our interview list too, just because he's a big
You
name
gotta.
quarterback at least.
I think the fact that he's the only big name quarterback down there, since I'm not there, probably lessens our chances of getting that shot, but you never
Yeah.
know. Everything's different this year. This is a whole different year. New sponsor, new coordinator, new times, everything. So nothing's really a given. Everything we know may be different.
All
Do we
right,
know
so
which coaching staffs are there?
well, they don't do coaching staffs. It's more they piece them together. I
Oof.
forget who it is. Deep, deep, deep. Puka, big catch, dude.
Wow. It's going to be bombs away this whole game, isn't it?
Yeah, big difference. I was on Witherspoon too.
No one ever points out the Julian Love plays when he's not making a play. Wow.
Puka, Senior Bowl guy, by the way.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember being like, why didn't we talk about Puka as much in the Senior Bowl? I was like, we did. He just didn't practice day 2 and day 3. He was our top player from day 1.
Mm-hmm. Still, I don't think we predicted he'd be this good, but
Well, I didn't even do a profile on him. My whole thing on him was just the day 1 Senior Bowl.
He BYU kid? I don't remember. I think he was.
Yeah, he was. So I didn't actually do a write-up on him. Y'all see the Slayton quote about UDFAs? I didn't get that. I mean, the Giants give UDFAs more chances than most teams. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that in the slightest.
Put Will Collins on the active roster. If anything, the Giants buy their UDFA hype too much.
100%. This Seattle defensive front is playing like the last 3 weeks has been playing out of their minds.
Yeah, Big Cat's been balling. Do the Ravens have a history of drafting? That's a good question. I have a scheduled tweet tomorrow for Giants Senior Bowl draftees over the last 4 years.
I don't know the answer to that question. But I can look that up in a commercial break, actually. I'll go over the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You should put together in a tweet format, and I'll retweet you.
Oh, thanks.
I'll retweet it.
I think they drafted Mike Green.
They did draft Mike Green.
Was Malachi Starks there last year? Emory Jones was there last year.
Starks wasn't. Yeah, Emory Jones was.
Aeneas Peebles was there.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Dillinger was there. I think, right? The LSU guard.
Yeah, he was there. 7-3 Hawks.
Carson Vincent. Dude, I think they might. This is crazy. Mike Green, Emory Jones, Carson Vincent. I don't remember if Bilal Cohn was there.
I don't even know who that is.
Aeneas Peebles and Garrett Dellinger. That's just last year's draft class.
Peebles was a Senior Bowl guy?
I'm almost positive, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I always get him mixed up with Omar Norman Lott, the Tennessee guy.
Who was also a Senior Bowl guy. So, I mean, I don't have to. I can.
Thank you, Chapman.
What did Chapman say?
What was I going to say?
Oh, thank you.
I mean, last year we got our quarterback out of this game.
I know, and you know what? He was not that great down there.
I will say, I listened to the Senior Bowl recap on the way here. Number one, I wanted to remember our exact format because I remember being very happy, and I lost a lot of my notes when I changed emails. But I did him as the best guy, and we kind of he kind of had the best, arm. He was overall accurate for the most part, but just when he pressured, he missed throws, and he really wasn't pushing the ball down the field. So we did have him as our top guy. And then Jalen Milroe was terrible last year. Shug was decent. Dylan Gabriel was okay, and then his day 3 really turned me off.
It was a weird. There was a lot of big names last year for
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah,
does
last year
not
was a
usually
great
happen.
quarterback year. Which if and I know we're talking so much Senior Bowl on this, but that's what this shit's for. Just to be chilling and kind of talking about our week. My best 3 quarterback Senior Bowl weeks are Mac Jones number 1, Michael Penix 2, and Malik Willis 3.
Wow. Daniel Jones doesn't make the cut because you weren't there?
No, I wasn't there. I started in 2021.
Let's see. Roger Rosengarten was definitely there.
Was he?
Yes.
I guess I don't remember.
I put Wosengarten. That's great.
If you look at the consensus board thing, like the consensus website, it'll have the guys that were there, so you don't have to go through like your individual notes.
You know, you just want to make it easy for me, don't you?
I do.
What is it? The consensus board?
NFL mock draft database.com.
Kickoff. I feel bad. We're live streaming the game, and
This is a hangout.
Really
We're not doing play by play or anything. If people want to hang out, they can hang out. If they're not, then not. You may have to make decisions based on football merit and your knowledge, and not allow the court of public opinion to make those decisions. Jeez, what a Slayton quote right there. As much as I've defended Slayton in the past, he's the kind of guy I don't really want to hear fucking talk this offseason.
I mean, I can like him more than everybody else, and also still be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, Dwayne Ledford for O-line coach. How about that? We're going to break news on the stream. That is not happening per source. There's only one person who I know is not going to be the Giants O-line coach. Dwayne Ledford will not be the Giants offensive line coach per source. He has other offers, and
This is driving me fucking nuts.
Darnold needs to have a good game because I know he had a good game last week, but he didn't have to do a lot. I still view him as a big game choker.
I know.
I know he did good. I guess the 49ers game, he was great, but prove it in this one.
Did he just fumble out of bounds?
AJ Barner, Michigan.
Did we go through a whole AFC Championship game without a single controversial call? Or did I miss
that 4th and 1 QB sneak was I didn't understand why they were so gung-ho that it was just clearly he got it. I thought it was
that's true.
It was right at the line. Someone said Tom Brady's talk. Kenneth Miller making plays. Said Tom Brady's talking a lot of Kubiak. I can see the Raiders hiring him. Kubiak is the type of guy who can afford to have a bad first hire because he's a good offensive mind. Those guys get second chances. Eagle says, I mean, honestly, I have unquestioned faith in Harbaugh when I probably shouldn't, but that's where I'm at. So I'm never like new coach, you got to trust him. It drives me nuts. You know, when you look back at our resignations on Dable Shane early, and I thought we were pretty spot on. It was like Bobby Johnson, Thomas McGahee. Those are the ones we didn't love. And he literally fired those guys 2 years later. There's certain things where I'm like, I don't know if Dable's the most professional for this. Just like little things. But Harbaugh is a guy where I do put a little bit more faith in him with that. Like with the O-line coach, Carmen Brasillo, and we'll see. Like, I'm not sitting here saying it's a smart thing to move off from Brasillo. I also think he doesn't want hostages, and probably, from what was reported early on was like it's a to be decided with Brasillo. So I don't think he just moved on from that. I think he gave him the option. You got your O-line coach. You got to have in this. dude, Walker's just getting chunks every time he touches the ball.
They had that blocked up really well.
Yeah. Zabel out in the open field. Senior Bowl guy.
Senior Bowl guy.
He was like he wasn't so I listened to our Senior Bowl recap on the way up. He was like 80th in the consensus board coming in, and he ended up going top 20.
Come on, motherfucker. Pretty sure Rasheen Ali was a Senior Bowl guy.
But yeah, so like O-line coach, it's you gotta be on the same page with your offensive coordinator. I also Ravens fans seem to hate everybody, by the way. Like they didn't think they had any good coaches
Yeah, that's nuts.
So like they now I will say sometimes the new fan base of a coach or whatever is like, oh well, look at this number, and they're like, yeah, that number does not tell the story at all. I remember Russell Wilson, where Steelers fans are like, dude, I understand he completed the deep pass. He is terrible. And we're like, yeah, but the deep pass, and then he comes to play for us and is terrible. Dude,
Nice.
Rams just gotta freaking bring guys down. Like they're getting way too much yards after every time they touch a football.
The Rams look like a different team since the postseason started, man. Seeing it here in Carolina, like that should have been easy money, and they played down to the wire.
Chris Shula's stock has fallen away. I will say Shula's not like he has 2 first-round picks on his defense, Jared Verse and then Emmanuel Forbes. Starting with Forbes, who was terrible. I guess he still has talent, but it was terrible with Washington. All right, this little play action play. This is a nice
rough
design.
looking fake.
Oh my
Nice
gosh.
catch. Holy shit, man.
JSN. I mean, that's like a game-changing catch right there. Like, that's the difference between being up 10-3 and 14-3, possibly.
Look at that. That shit doesn't move an inch in his hand.
I know. Got some glue. There's a very funny meme within the fantasy football community about the Seahawks just like Kenneth Walker get them down the field and then they get in the red zone, the 5-yard line and start handing it off to other backs.
Isn't that like the plot of Varsity Blues? Or like
Part
a
of it.
subplot? Like the running back is like really, really good, but every time they get in close, they like don't give him the ball, so he doesn't score touchdowns, and he's like claiming the coach is racist or something. I've seen that movie way too many times. It's a terrible
I haven't seen it in a long time because it was such a TV movie. It's one of those movies where it's like I just see chunks and parts of it, back on TNT in the day. And it's like I never actually sat down and watched this movie though.
This is definitely a holding call on the right guard.
That's kind of like a lost art in today's youths. It's like they don't get to see movies because they're just on TV. Which, speaking of which, I watched Happy Gilmore 2 last night. Finally, I'm a nostalgia guy. I love nostalgia, but man, they were just like, let's just throw some shit out there. Let's just put a bunch of faces in there and throw it together.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that's what it was going to be.
It was like unapologetically that though. It wasn't even like they didn't even try. It's like they bring Shooter McGavin back in, and Adam Sandler
has to beat him again.
Want to be a guy who eats pieces of shit for breakfast.
Oh, so they're just recycling jokes too?
Yeah. It was so bad. They brought every single person back who wasn't dead into the movie. even like the bank, the guy who represents the bank and selling the house. He came back as the lawyer.
Is Ben Stiller in it?
Yeah, Ben Stiller. I shouldn't spoil too much, but yeah, Ben Stiller. Everybody's in it.
Yeah, I feel like Adam Sandler's been somewhat shameless.
Which I don't blame him.
No, I mean he's always given his friends like roles and money and shit. Whatever. If someone's gonna have you do it, then
They didn't call penalty on that? Why has he got his hands up like they threw a penalty? Oh, he's asking for an offensive penalty.
no, he hit him in the face.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're just kicking a field goal anyway, so you should just take that. All right, so I feel like them not scoring is kind of big, so keep this a one-score game.
Really glad Wes asked this question. This is way more players than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
There you go. 10-3.
The way this season played out, is it wrong to think that the entire league was relatively mediocre this year?
I don't know if I think that just there isn't a huge difference between the worst of the league and the best of the league, which is not the worst thing, right? It just means that on any Sunday you don't really have a strong opinion of who's going to win or lose.
Yeah. Well, there's not any like great units out. Like the Texans defense is a great unit.
True.
Like, what's just a great offensive unit this year?
The Eagles.
I'm trying to think. 2025 team stats.
Yeah, I mean, I think San Francisco being hurt for the entire year kind of ruins a really good team.
I mean, the Rams were the number one scoring offense. Patriots were number 2. Those aren't great units. Seahawks 3. Bills 4. They're mediocre. The Lions should have been that, but they had offensive coordinator issues.
Bears aren't really talented enough. How do is there a way to just change years? Oh, yeah, it's right here at the top. The last time I remember a safety being regarded as highly as Caleb Downs is being regarded was
Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah. But I like Downs more than Hamilton. And I'm also like of the opinion that
too, which is crazy.
Like,
I thought Hamilton was, because he was so long, was a little bit clunky, which I know sounds crazy because as good as a fucking player he is. But like, I didn't think Hamilton was as perfect as other people made him out to be.
Agreed.
For Caleb Downs, I'm like, what's the flaw?
Yeah,
like
there really isn't.
The flaw is like we didn't get to see him play a ton of man coverage, and he doesn't have a ton of interception. He's not like a 5-6 interception guy, which I don't think. I think he'll be. Interceptions are so hard to predict with safeties, but like,
I just think he's always in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, there's nothing on film that's like, like he triggers, he baits, like he does all that stuff. He just gets avoided so often.
Well, I mean, it's Ohio State. Like, it's a really good team. Other college teams are going to try and avoid the dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't think that kind of shit's obviously not going to happen at the next level. Like,
yeah, and he's not. He's like, sometimes, like you said, and to be in college to get an interception guy, sometimes you got to be like an overt chance taker, right? Like I loved him, Cam Kinchins. He took some crazy chances and left him vulnerable. Caleb doesn't really do that. He's very calculated in it. Yeah, I think Caleb Downs is sick.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. A big fan.
Like, he's likely who I will want the Giants to draft at 5.
Yeah, if they draft at 5, I think that's who I'm going to be aiming for. And I think it does transform the Giants defense. You get somebody back there. You had mentioned that Javon Holland might be like a surprise guy that's not here, but pretending that he's not, I think that allows a lot of flexibility.
You let Caleb do everything,
Exactly. You can do anything you want.
That's perfect for a Denard Wilson defense who, Kyle Hamilton's best year was with Denard Wilson as DB coach. So yeah, I will likely land on Caleb Downs, and I'm not even going to argue the safety positional value thing. I'm just not even going to engage in that, even though I will.
You know what? I've grown over the years, even as I've been doing this, that like I think at a certain point, as long as you are getting good players, I think that you're in a good spot. And sometimes that means ignoring the positional value thing, right? Um, but it all depends on how you handle free agency. You have to. I don't think you should fill holes with the draft. I just don't think it's a smart thing. Like the holes on your roster really shouldn't influence what your draft pick is by much. It's kind of the opinion I'm developing. Holy
Yeah.
smokes, that's a run.
Yeah. Well, even then, like safety is a hole on the Giants roster.
The Giants have a lot of holes because they're not a good team. So
Yeah. In fact, True Fine Gentleman says, Bobby, with our new DC, what holes in our defense should we fill to give his team the best chance to show off? Personally, I want to run stuffer next to Dex and a Leo Chanel type linebacker. I think you need a run stuffer next to Dex, no matter who your DC is. I think a Caleb Downs would be perfect, honestly.
yeah,
You know, that versatile, do it all safety.
the thing you have to
Linebackers are going to be key, you know.
But look at this. The defense has holes on every single unit. There's holes on the defensive line. There's holes at linebacker. There's holes at corner, and there's holes at safety. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a hole at safety, but neither safety performed well last year.
Yeah.
Neither.
Linebackers are such a huge question mark because
Yeah,
I think McFadden will be able to be brought back fairly easy.
agreed.
But he's also has a missed tackle and limited issue, and he's limited in coverage. So if you don't really address that top linebacker spot,
It won't matter.
it's not a very good linebacker group. So, but I would bring back McFadden and pay him a little bit of money, even if he's your third linebacker, though.
I would too. I think it's important to have a good rotation of linebackers, even if he's on rundowns only. Like, I mean, that's the ideal scenario, right? If you have two really good linebackers where McFadden becomes your rundown only, then you've built a good team.
The snow is brutal, says the cheese in upstate New York.
Who said that?
Trash man. The snow is brutal. It's not brutal here.
No, not here either.
It's going to be cold as shit this week, though.
I know that sucks nuts, but you know what? At least I won't get a sunburn.
Yeah, well, you might. I mean, it's not the sun that you get. You can get a sunburn in the cold.
You can.
I think it's going to be sunny.
I think I'm going to be so cold that not enough skin is going to be exposed.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're thinking about like your arms and stuff.
Yeah,
that is kind of like a Florida thing for me. Is like I'll get some sunburn on my face and stuff. My arms haven't gotten sunburn in since I lived in Minnesota, I guess.
Oh my God.
So as long as I don't have my shirt off, I'm not too stressed about it.
No
shirt off at the Senior Bowl. I thought about doing one of the podcasts out by the pool, but it's gonna be too cold for that.
What pool?
We have a pool at the Airbnb.
Oh shit! You didn't tell me that.
The DNS page. I posted a picture with the family.
Oh, did you? Oh, that is yeah. I did see that picture. I'm pretty sure I liked it.
Did you drive through any ice? Nope, no ice.
What?
Bring the show down to Atlanta. So we will be doing some type of live show at a race this year.
Oh my gosh!
What a dude! He just shook that guy off. And was that OPI or just?
No, I think he just fell right at the release point. At the I'm sorry, at the stem.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get physical, and Adams just wham.
Devontae Adams being like
Witherspoon's getting worked in this game.
2021. Why is this?
I hated by the picture with the family. Yeah, I almost posted the weather and being like, man, it's getting a little cold down here, and I was like, I'm not going to laugh in people's faces.
You should.
If you had moved to Florida, Grump, you would be here in Mobile, Alabama right now.
That's true.
Think about that. Think about that.
You know, I just don't know if I care. I don't think that this is the kind of thing that's going to be happening very often for me here. It was more of a concern back home.
You never know.
I guess we'll see, right? Yeah. I've been here for like a couple months. I don't know shit. So far, I haven't made it to 2020 yet. I'm on 2021. The least amount of
You don't have to go that far back. You don't have to do 18 years of Senior Bowl, guys.
I'm only doing 5.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
I'm going back to 2020. But
after
the
this,
least
they're down.
amount-
Oh, dude,
oh
he
man,
fumbled.
he fumbled that?
That pushes. That's going to be a long field goal. And I mean, they got the thicker kicker, but they're not. They don't not a great field goal kicking team.
Yeah.
They got special teams issues. That's a bad sack by Staff. Who do you think you are, dude? What do you think? Oh, that was a nasty face mask they missed.
Yeah, that's pretty. How do you miss that?
That's like a really bad
looking
face mask. He went to go pull out his flag and he didn't either. What the heck?
Is that Big Ben in the background?
Thicker kicker. Dude, you know what's crazy is it's not hindsight with us, and it drives me nuts. And I think Shane tries to pass off the Gano blame on Dable.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably does. And like I remember when the Jets signed that guy, I was like, man, why aren't the Giants bringing any UFL guys in the camp?
It costs you nothing.
You're saying Dable's stopping you
cheap.
from bringing a second kicker into camp?
Yeah,
and
that drives me nuts. It's not the fact that they went with Gano; it's that they didn't give him real competition.
Yeah. All right, quick trivia. Joe Shane Senior Bowl draftees.
Oh my god, dude!
I just put the tweet together
Jackson
yesterday.
Dart.
Yeah, Dart. Last year was his biggest year.
Last year was his biggest year.
In fact, let me just pull up the tweet.
Holy fuck, dude! I'm so bad at thinking on my feet. I'm like I'm struggling to even remember our draft class this year.
There is 10 in total.
That's fucking wild. I mean, I knew he always picked from the Senior Bowl fairly well.
Yeah, honestly, some of his better picks are the Senior Bowl picks.
Yeah. I never finished saying what I was going to say. So far through 2021, the least amount of Senior Bowl picks the Ravens have had is 3. In 2023, they had 3 guys.
They usually have like 9 picks every year too.
Yeah, but even some years, one year they had 6 picks. I think 4 of them were Senior Bowl guys.
Oh wow. John Harbaugh's not going to be here though.
No, that's true, but they must send somebody.
Yeah, the scouts. The Scouties. Speaking of which, did you see the Ian O'Connor tweet? Being like, Kevin Abrams just left.
No, like, I didn't.
He's like, yeah, Harbaugh wanted to fill that role, but he didn't fire him. He just left.
I thought you meant like just now, like he just left.
He's like, what does that mean, dude? What do you mean he wasn't fired? He just decided to quit?
Maybe he doesn't like football, dude.
I don't think he does, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Let me see. Let me find. Okay, so this is for me. My understanding is John Harbaugh did not fire longtime Giants executive Kevin Abrams. Harbaugh wanted to install someone in the front office, no question, to help out, but not at the expense of anyone else. The head coach did not make the decision to move on from Abrams.
I did see that tweet. Yes. I guess I just didn't really think about it too hard.
I mean, that's just not true, right?
It can't be.
John Harbaugh just randomly shows up and they fire Kevin Abrams after
being untouchable for forever. He's been here since Jerry Reese got instituted because I don't know. Jerry Reese couldn't. They hired a GM. They promoted a GM that can't negotiate, which makes a ton of sense.
So, since you want it's a Senior Bowl drafted by Joe Shane, Jackson Dart, Darius Alexander, Marcus Bowe, Thomas Fidone.
I didn't realize Fidone was there. I don't remember that.
I didn't remember him much until after they drafted him. He didn't do anything. Drew Phillips, Theo Johnson. Nice throw by
nice throw.
Arnold. Step up in the pocket. John Michael Schmitz, Eric Gray, and then Daniel Bellinger and Darren Beaver. So 3 tight ends. 3 out of the 10 picks have been tight ends.
Yeah. And I think that
go ahead.
I was just going to say there are some things that I think are like Joe Shane, like principles of acquiring talent. And I think that running back and tight end are those things where it's like he feels you can get like a difference maker and like those middle, like late day 2, early day 3 spots.
Yeah.
And he's like on a quest to find that guy there.
Oh
shit.
Smart, Darnold. Just get on top of it. Don't try and be
first down. Yeah.
So I just think a lot of people want a second wide receiver, and I'm like, I do too, but that could come in the form of a tight end. And if he's a really good, to get an all-pro tight end, I think would be so awesome for Jackson Dart. He's
also, I mean, that's going to be a big part of Munkin.
Getting that too. She's shown it'd be like if there's a luxury piece, it's not even like I think adding a great tight end would be awesome. Obviously, who are the great tight ends available? There may be none in this draft or whatever. Even the top guy or whatever. So I'm not sitting here being like they have to get an all-pro tight end. But I was just random, be like, hey, John Harbaugh, can you find me an all-pro tight end? And it's crazy how many people are like, oh, we need a defensive tackle. Like I know. I just would like an all-pro tight end. That's it. Okay. Some guys like we won a Super Bowl with Jake Ballard. I know. Okay, I know. But if you want to talk about positional value and Super Bowls, there's probably not a better correlation of like all-pro to Super Bowl than tight end. Travis Kelce, Gronk, George Kittle.
Please never reference something that happened over a decade ago as evidence of something. Like the NFL is an organism. It's always changing and evolving, and something that worked 20 years ago is not great evidence of something that you need or whatever. Like there are an infinite number of ways you can win in the NFL.
I should have just said with the 6th round pick. Like with the 6th round pick, can you find me an all-pro tight end? That would make people happier. Do we like Likely? I like Likely. I don't love Likely.
Same. Which is always how I felt about him.
I'm never gonna be able to unhear John Harbaugh. Let's do it. Let's do it for the people. By the way, is my internet good?
Seems good to me.
John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh.
Pussy.
Wow, he's so lucky. There was a guy in his face waiting.
Pussy.
I can't remember who. I was talking to my buddy came in town, and I was like, we didn't talk about Giants Nation show much, but I was like, you know what we did? I was like, we played this video at the end of every training camp. I was like, and we were in a minor league baseball team, and we were on the screen and stuff, and we played this. I won't play the whole thing, but very.
I'm a big fan. I think we should use that whenever we can.
Yeah, I think we're going to bring it back for training camp live streams.
Let's do it. Broderick, Washington.
And the draft stream, we got to have that for it.
All right, last draft pick. 2023 remains the least amount of Senior Bowl picks. 2020, 4 guys. 2021, 4 guys. 2022, 5 guys. 2023, 3 guys. 2024, 4 guys. 2025, 5 guys.
5 guys. List, so you don't have to list all of them. List the 5 best players drafted from the Senior Bowl for him in the last 5 years.
Charlie Kolar, Isaiah Likely, Travis Jones.
It's a good fucking list right there, dude.
That's all 1 year. That's all 2022.
That's hot, dude. Even
Yeah.
Charlie Kohler, people are like, who's Charlie Kohler? I think he's like this is going to sound really stupid. I think he's the best number 3 tight end in the NFL. Like, I kind of want the Giants to sign Charlie Kohler this offseason.
Mike Green is probably up there.
Yeah, he had a bad rookie year, but, he's a good
I
player.
still think he's a good player.
I don't really want to count him, though, because he dropped because of piece of shit things.
Yeah. In the draft, but
Travis Jones is a
nothing.
great one, dude.
There's a bunch of mid guys. You know what I mean? Like Roger Rosengarten, Adisa Isaac,
Those are good
Devontae
picks.
Walker, Rasheen Ali. Like, they're all good picks, but are they good players?
Yeah. Tez Walker, I hate. I hated Tez Walker. He had a terrible Senior Bowl week, too.
He did.
It was a good confirmation bias. So, like, I think this guy sucks. Why do people like him? And then he sucked on the Senior Bowl. I was like, good. And then he had 1 catch his rookie year, and guess what that was? A touchdown against the Giants.
Yeah.
The only catch of his rookie season was a touchdown against the Giants. He made me play.
How to put this in tweet form?
Oh. Love you guys. No Romo. We love you too, no Romo.
Love you too, no Romo.
All right, big second down here.
Got it.
Thanks, Ron.
Nice bounce to the outside.
Kohler, I think, becomes a hell of a tight end with more touches. I don't know about a hell of a tight end, but I think he'll be solid. I think he'll be
He's
a good tight
definitely
end.
he's like a chain mover kind of guy.
Yeah, he was my tight end too in that class. He's a very smart player. Like, if the Giants aren't going to do a big upgrade at tight end this offseason, I want him to be tight end 2 to Theo Johnson.
Absolutely. How do you feel about retaining Bellinger?
It's fine. I think he's the most overrated player on the Giants.
Overrated by
Giants
fans? Okay.
He had a rookie season where he just played, and he didn't drop any passes, and
he's a tough son of a bitch. That rookie year, he got his eye poked out of his socket. And
did he miss games because of it, though?
He had a metal plate in his face and came back and played. That's pretty badass.
I would do the same. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's not. I don't dislike him as a player. I think he's a guy you want on your roster. I just think the idea of him ever being a starting tight end is crazy to me. Like, and being really happy about that. Like, if he's your tight end too, I don't think you have a tight end 2 problem. And he's a good move blocker, which is nice. So I just think he's overrated because he doesn't drop passes.
He doesn't drop passes. Yeah.
Nice throw, nice catch.
Nice catch in traffic.
And he started as a rookie on the best Giants season in 10 years, and that's the formula right there. Like, rookie, start, wins, doesn't drop passes, not a bad blocker. That's just a formula right there for overrated. I'd give Bellinger a 3 for 6.5. That would be sick if you could get him locked up on a cheap deal like that. I guess he probably wouldn't take that, but
he probably wouldn't. But
or maybe he would. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what his belief in himself is. To defend Bellinger, I don't think he's Bavaro, but he's reliable, and that's more desirable than Theo and Ingram making constant mistakes.
I don't know if I agree with that.
It
And
depends
I
on the
also
rest
don't
of
put
your
Theo
team.
and Ingram in the same category.
Yeah, it depends on the rest of your team as well too. You know, if your tight end is automatically your fourth guy because you have a great wide receiver trio, then yeah, I would rather have him be more consistent. If you have, if you know, I just think both those guys offer you a ton more, and I don't like Evan Ingram. I think,
Never liked Evan Ingram.
and Theo. There's things I certainly like about Theo, but the drop problem is an issue. But like, I'm starting those guys over Bellinger 10 times out of 10. 9 times out. I'll say 9 times out of 10. I'll start those guys over. Rams are starting to cut like get pull off some chunk runs.
Yeah. Is it Blake Corum that just did that?
Yeah.
He's been somewhat of a letdown, man.
Would you guys consider Christian Wilkins in free agency or community concern with the foot injury in Locker? I don't know what the hell is the issue with that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he's going to get as a contract. So like, I can be talked into like, hey, he kind of needs a rehabilitation year for cheap. I'd love to be that team that does that, but a real investment, no way.
I mean, I'll accept a lot of things for, rehabilitation for cheap. When you're a
Yeah.
bad team, and those are great deals for you when you're a bad team.
Right. Rams are starting to figure this shit out a little bit.
Yeah. Quick
This
game.
half has flown by.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my God.
What is the reason Dart and Johnson just don't seem to be on the same page? You played a lot better with Winston and struggled with. I disagree. I think Theo and Dart are on the same page. Are on great page with each other, and they connect off the field as well too. It's just Theo has drops.
I think also Theo does make mistakes. I just don't know that he's the same level of student of the game that Jackson Dart is. You know what I mean?
I think those two have a very good connection.
Agreed.
It's just Theo doesn't separate a ton, and he makes a lot of awesome plays. But if you're going to be that guy, you can't have a drop problem, and he has.
You can't drop easy ones.
He has one of the highest drop rates for tight ends in the NFL, I believe, this year. And it was an issue last year too, so it's not a 1-year blip either. If anything, if he has a year without drops, that would probably be the blip on the radar for him.
Theo slow downfield. Theo is not fast.
He can stretch the field vertically more than most tight. I think he had some of the most 20+ yard plays for tight ends this year.
He's just. I wouldn't describe him as fast. He's athletic. He can get downfield, but like he's not a quick twitch guy who can get in and out.
Yeah, he's not a
for a tight end. He's
Ingram,
athletic. He's fine.
type of guy. For a 6'6" big guy, he's like the fast. I'll say he's not he's not Wall or Ingram type of guy.
I'm perfectly happy with that, by the way. I'm not a big fan of the Wall or Ingram types. I think they fail more than they succeed.
No, you have to be a top 5 receiver for you to be successful to do that, because the blocking issues become
very apparent. Yeah.
Yeah, the negatives outweigh the positives. Let's see what the most deep tight end catches this year. Theo was 5th with 5. Oronde Gadsden, the Chargers guy, had 8. Let's see how many just 20+ yard plays that he had. It's not giving me that opportunity. It's not giving me that opportunity. See, Theo was 19th in tight end receiving yards. And that was with no wide receivers this year. I guess without a great wide receiver. the hell was that? Was it a false start?
Everybody's pointing. I don't know. Whoever was right over the ball came flying through, though.
Did you tweeted out Ben Mason? I'm bookmarking. I'll tweet that tomorrow when we start with the Senior Bowl stuff. I don't understand how he didn't find his way in the NFL.
Yeah.
I understand with the Ravens they had Patrick Ricard, but the Chargers brought him in. I guess he might have had injury. I just don't understand. Like, he was such a great fullback at Michigan.
I don't know.
To be a Giant this year. I'm so excited to see who our fullback is. Maybe that's Patrick Ricard.
That would just be boring.
You guys look tired. You don't have to do this. No, that's just. I think that's kind of our.
We're mellow people, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not tired at all.
Not watching
nothing but fucking sleep.
Yeah, the nature of this is kind of just hanging out, watching the game, chatting like we're hanging out, watching the game, chatting. We're not trying to put a performance on for this. This is very much. Shut the hell up, trash man. Just shut the hell up.
Harbaugh's not going to use Chapman because he's going to take fullback seriously. Which is not to say that, like, whatever about Elijah Chapman. It's just like, if fullback is important to you, then you go and you get a fullback. Like, you don't just like convert a defense. Now, if Chapman makes the roster as a defensive tackle, does he get cross-trained in some regard because he's defensive tackle 7 on the depth chart? Then, probably maybe. But if you're going into this being like fullback is important, then you go and you get a fullback.
Yeah.
If he knows what's good for him.
The Orlando Storm accidentally tweeted out your herd coach. Minor spelling mistake.
Instead of head coach?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I said you heard coach. I read that wrong.
I was going to say, saving money where you can, right?
Their head coach is Anthony Beck, the old Bucks and Jets tight end.
He was already a UFL head coach for, I think going back to the XL touchdown, easy.
Mesh traffic, running back, run mesh, put the running back through the B gap.
That screwed everything up. I mean, it's not even like he held up a defender. I think they just totally lost him.
Yeah. Nick Emenwari is the guy they're showing on the camera. Yes, it's a simple. They just run them through the B gap. All that mesh gets them caught up. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Mesh traffic.
I mean, that's sort of legalized OPI now that I watched it.
Yeah. I did a film breakdown on that passing concept.
It was a good play. That was nice.
It
All right, we got ourselves a game.
2023.
Anthony Beck, by the way, is a good coach. So, I think he'll be good there.
All right, Rams up, baby. I really need to get my Super Bowl prediction right. It matters a lot to me.
So you're still going Patriots over Rams was your thing?
Yeah, I got to stick with that. If the Seahawks won,
I'm pretty sure I had Rams over Bills was what I went with, I think.
Yeah. I care about it when I'm right. If I'm wrong about it, then who cares? It's just a prediction. Rank Marty Robbins, Dwight Yoakam, Gary Allen, Merle Haggard, George Strait. I don't know Dwight Yoakam. I mean, Haggard's got to be 1. I'll go I'll go George Strait 2, Marty Robbins 4, Gary Allen. Or wait, George Strait 2, Marty Robbins 3, Gary Allen 4, and I don't know Dwight Yoakam, so he goes to last. But that's good homework. Do you know these guys?
No.
You're not a country listener, old school country.
Yeah, I know George Strait. That's it.
Yeah, he's like the one like kind of modern guy in there. I guess Gary Allen technically is, but he's not very popular either, though.
I do not miss peak Garth Brooks.
Isn't there like some conspiracy theory about him?
Oh, I'm sure.
Are you going to do streams of our new DC like you did with Bowen and what style of defense does he run? Yeah, absolutely we will. I was thinking about doing one tonight. It's just like a film watch, but the issue is when I'm doing that takes up a lot of time. So probably won't because we got so much shit to get done in the next week. So, but those definitely will happen. In fact, you know what? That's a content guarantee of not this week, but the week after. I will do a film stream of each coordinator. And then I will do a second one on the Patreon, and then we'll revisit those after the draft. Sometimes I say these things of ideas I have in my head and I don't follow through on them, but it would be cool to do film of all 17 games in the offseason. And now that I don't have to do football today, it might work. But I also last year I was like, I'm going to do a film breakdown of every Jackson Dart game. And I think I did 8, but I ended up not doing the last 4.
I think it's going to be a little difficult with defensive coordinator for Denard Wilson because I think that
but you can see the types of things he liked. Like, I think something I like about him is I'm a big fan of coverage, disguise, and rotation. I know it's probably a little buzzwordy and stuff, but that's just the shit that gets me fucking excited about defensive play calling. And I know Denard Wilson likes to do that stuff.
Yeah, you'll know some of that stuff, but I also think that he had to alter a lot of what he did because the Titans roster is garbage.
And I think that you'll see that evolve as the season goes. Of like he's trying to do certain things. And I there was a quote that came out from him. I can't remember when, where he's like, "Yeah, we had to simplify what we do because." Now that also worries me as teaching.
Yeah,
you know, we learn about like this is like you need teachers, right? Like Mike McDonald was a great teacher because everybody has scheme and stuff and similar scheme or whatever, but it's about how you teach it. So that would be my big red flag of Denard Wilson. Not that the talent's like, did he teach it well? But also that talent was so bad in Tennessee.
Well, it'll be interesting too to see if it seems already like there's going to be a much bigger coaching staff than what we had the year before. Like there's like defensive backs quality control coach. You know what I mean? Wow.
Yeah, I think he had one of the biggest staffs. When we had Joe Judge, we had one of the biggest staffs in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it also like Jeffrey Simmons, as great of a player is, he's kind of a pain in the ass to deal with too. And so like when that's your only good player, trying to get him to help you get everyone to, I don't know. I'm just saying shit right now. All right, 3rd and 9. Can the Seahawks try and get this thing tied up or take the lead with the end of the half? We got to lock in for the second half. I also really need a pee break. Oh,
shit! He had him. He had everything there. I forgot Charbonnet.
Charbonnet's injured.
Yeah.
In fact, they just did a camera pan on him.
Yeah.
Who is that back? Because the chat can tell us.
Holani?
I guess I could just Google it.
Holani.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. George Holani. Yeah, no clue who that is. What Giants player personnel going to be the team? I would assume all the scouts. Maybe Brandon Brown. So John Harbaugh is not supposed to be. I don't know if Shane is going to be.
If the Giants signed Dallas Carter, 2024 draft.
If the Giants signed Dallas Carter to tight end 1, how will you attend training camp with his restraining order against you? That would be so weird. Because it'd be like, has he seen the joke? That's not a joke.
I feel like that's a player interview that has to happen. Because
I don't think he'd find it funny.
I don't think so either. Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends. If they fucking win the Super Bowl, then like everything can be a joke. And it's certainly a photo op is like the two of you like one of those like pre-match boxing photos, where you're like in each other's grills.
What if he just unloads on me?
You should be able to take it.
That's why I should sucker punch him again.
Yeah, you should just get ahead of the game.
That is what I should do. Is if we get Dallas Goedert, sucker punch him.
Yeah, call him in for an interview before he finds out about the joke, and
When
then
that
before you
training
do the interview, I'll just like with my phone record you sucker punching him.
Yeah.
Don't do the interview, and they'd be like, "We couldn't do the interview because Dallas Goedert was talking shit, and Bobby had to punch him in the face, and everything ended there."
Or on the day where everyone lines up on the fence at training camp and all the players come by and high five everybody, I'll be on there and I just got my left just ready, and as soon as he comes by, just jaw jack him.
You going bare knuckle or are you going brass knuckle?
Brass knuckles. That I feel like that I'm going to get in a lot of trouble with the law regardless.
Yeah,
I think brass knuckles.
that becomes assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, that becomes I think it's illegal to have brass knuckles.
Don't buy any of them.
It'd be funny if someone's like watching us for the first time, like, what? You guys are, putting us in areas of assaulting a potential Giants tight end. Why?
An NFL tight end.
Someone said swap jerseys. Yeah, that'd be funny.
I like that.
What a question.
Yeah, really. Thanks, Ghost Dog.
People get real tired of like every game recap when we mention Dallas Goedert. Like, funny story.
No, actually, well, yeah, they will. But if we never elaborate from there and just say funny story about Dallas Goedert and then just move on, you get a lot of people, especially if they're good, like new listeners and stuff, being like, what is the funny story? And just don't tell them. Just never repeat the story again.
Let him sign your fist. That's what I would do. I'd get a boxing glove, have him sign it. By the way, I'm going to push some merch. GiantsNationShow.com. Let me share the screen. We got new shirts up on the store.
Are there 2 D's in Goddard?
No.
Damn. I was going to say he could put a letter on each knuckle and just give you Goddard. That'd be pretty sweet.
New shirts. How about that? We're doing
How about
football. Coach John Hardball. Cam the enforcer.
Love the Cam the Enforcer shirt.
I knew there'd be a little bit of pushback on that one, but I was like, it's just too funny. And I think Cam Scaboo would think it's funny, so I think it's okay.
Yeah.
And he's never had a reported concussion.
Yeah. That's the thing too, is like I like talked to a bunch of like football casuals in my life, and as soon as Cam Scadaboo got on like the national scene or whatever, so many people are like, he's only going to survive a couple of years running like that. It's like he's run like this his whole fucking career. He has no concussions. Like,
I think it's more of just like the wear and tear.
Sure, but that's never the thing that's brought up. It's always concussions that are brought up, and like all the memes too are the same thing. It's like here's Cam Scadaboo introducing Jackson Dart to John Harbaugh, and it's like some fucking like you know what I mean, like. Which I'm going to laugh at all those jokes. I'm not taking issue with the jokes. It's just that whole sentiment that he's like got no brain cells because whatever. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah. He's a lot less concussions than other people.
Here's the worst shirt we ever made.
Straight up hold.
Woodland's got good length though, man. He's able to do that shit. This is the worst shirt we ever made.
Yeah. What can you do?
This is the best one. That's all.
I don't know, man. That one. So, like, I understand that the media some clowns is like the best meme, but I still think the best shirt is the Dark Side shirt.
Oh yeah,
that is such an elite design.
This will always be our best shirt. Like this is just hard to top. And him picking 51 was perfect. Like. So like our T-shirt guy, John Gleason, former Giants fan of the year, I was like, we got to make an Abdul Carter shirt. Like, what's something we can do with this? And I was like, oh my gosh, 51. Dude, Grump, you were with me at South of the Border.
Mm-hmm.
You saw me sweating out, being like, I hope he's got to stay with 51 because we sold way too many of these shirts for him to not stay with 51. And it was a huge relief when he stuck with that.
Oh my God.
Dude, Emin Ward has been an awesome rookie.
That was a good throw. Dime season. You're an insane person.
Oh my gosh, Dimes. Enjoying the stream. Hope you guys are having a good evening.
We are. Thank you.
Grump's got to be at the airport super early. I'm going to be, up getting ready, and then I'm going to go do some interviews at Radio Row tomorrow morning. I'm so excited to not have to ask some stupid questions, which we will be putting the interviews out on Patreon. So we'll put, if depending on how it goes, we'll put 2 out tomorrow on the Patreon. And me and Grump are going to start doing some Zoom interviews once we get back from the Senior Bowl too. I actually think those will be better because they'll be a little more comfortable having that barrier of a computer in between them, and they'd be willing participants and not just doing Senior Bowl. And we would have watched those players in depth and have good conversations about them. So, but I'm excited to do that. So thank you, Dime Season. Thank you.
I'm glad you're enjoying the stream too, because this is very, very laid back.
Yeah. This is very laid back. Factor commercial. Their sponsor. You know how I'm very picky of like with I don't take every penny that comes our way. Like we don't do gambling. There's like those nicotine things and stuff. Like so like somebody was like, Factor, it runs their company like assholes. Like, well, how? Like, what do you expect?
Well, I mean, they're also doing a service for. This is not like a shot at Factor at all, but I mean, it's just in general, like they're doing they're cooking food for you. You know what I mean? Like
this is gonna sound like a Factor ad, but like I get it, and I'm actually surprised at how like good the food is.
Good the food is, yeah.
Like it's not just a microwavable bowl.
But I mean, I think my bigger thing is just like if you really don't like them as a company or whatever they do, it's like then cook your own fucking food. Like you don't need this. Like I don't know. It's certainly helpful for people who are really, really busy and whatever. But if you got like a moral objection, then you can just you don't need like a master's degree to cook your own food.
Yeah. So excited about that.
So I've had a Factor meal before. It's very, very good.
I guess we could say this is official, but I don't think I've signed anything, but it's been agreed to. Body Armor did jump back on for this year, which I'm very excited about for the draft, training camp, and then season. And they're going to sponsor one live show where Ryan Blaney, their driver, is in a Body Armor. So we got to see the schedule of when he's driving for Body Armor. Let me stop sharing my screen. So we will do. Hopefully Charlotte. Last year it worked out to be Charlotte. That would be perfect because Grump lives in Charlotte, and I could sleep in Grump's bed.
I have a sweet beanbag chair right behind me.
Dude, I got a beanbag chair too. Beanbag chairs are so fucking elite.
Yeah. So like normally it's like right here, so I can
sleep in them.
Computer screens are big enough where I could sit back and watch a game here if I want to. Oof, what a catch.
Dude, ASN is making some catches in this game.
Ooh.
I'm going to pause for 1 second because I'm 1 second ahead of you. We just did oohs back. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ah. Dude, did you ever see Mattress Giant? Is Mattress Giant a national brand?
I don't think so.
Well, I was like in elementary school. I remember my older cousins, doing this, and their commercial was like, "Ooh ooh ooh only at Mattress Giant, ooh ah." So I just remember my older cousins being like, "Ooh ooh."
I was gonna say oh my gosh.
Oh, baby, JSN. This is a legacy game for Jackson Smith and Jigba. If they win the Super Bowl, he's going to be remembered. What a dude!
I gotta see the route here because he was pretty wide
Did he
open.
catch that? A little
Oh, he got Lake turned around.
little
Dude.
little
Where's that
bobble
camera
there.
girl?
That's a catch. If they don't call that a catch, I'll be pissed. Even
Let's see.
though there's a little bit of bobble.
Bam, cam curl. That's a catch.
Yeah, that's a catch. If they return that, I'd shoot somebody. Ooh ooh I bet you they don't have copyright on that. If I could find that, I will play it. Mattress Giant commercial. Oh, look, it's when you type in Mattress Giant's comes up.
Of course. That seems like something that would be a huge joke, especially going back to when we were kids and
there was no internet.
Yeah.
I'll just play it on my phone. I'll do it at halftime, be part of the halftime show. I have to pee so bad. Nice move by this back, dude. Call timeout. Timeout. Good clock management. Here's a take I have. I kind of hate when people talk about a coach being bad and using clock management. Even though it's important.
Okay.
I just hate when it's brought up as the first negative on a guy. Because it's important, but there's just like so many things that going into being the head coach.
Yeah, I mean, but there's so many factors into clock management, right? Like your quarterback is a huge part of your clock management.
Well, here's the thing: it is the one thing where I think most fans, and I think rightfully, and like we'd do a better job of that. Like from playing Madden, I think playing Madden makes you so much better at clock management. Like I think I'd be better at clock management than most head coaches, and that's the only part of the job I'd be better than them at. So now I'm talking myself out. I kind of like it talking about it.
About what, clock management?
It's more about overall game management. The clock. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I think it's about preparedness too. I think when teams come out looking flat, that's usually a reflection of the head coach.
Yeah.
I kind of hate using like challenge success as like a thing.
You know who was really good at challenges? Brian Dable. His record was very good. And you know who wasn't? Who was terrible at it?
Terrible.
He never had a successful challenge. Hell, he even had.
I'm pretty sure he tried to challenge a couple plays that were unchallengeable.
Yeah, that 49ers game. Dude, he missed him. He missed him. Oh man,
it also looked like a fuck it throw, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked like I don't know. Let's see that.
He was out of bounds even when he leaped.
He should have had that. Or I'm not. Darnold should have had that.
I don't know.
Bang that bitch.
I think that route went a little too deep. Looked like his leaping foot. He was already out of bounds. Oh my God.
He just got
wide open.
Right guard. Touchdown. Dude.
They just lost him back there.
Darnold just needs to just stare down JSN, and he's got. How many yards did JSN have on this drive? I'm going to pull that up.
On this drive alone?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what his stats are on this drive.
Was he every meaningful play on this drive?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a check down at one for 14, 2 for 56, 3 for 66. Yeah. I mean, it was a 74-yard drive. He had 66 yards.
Jesus.
And what does he have on the game?
He's over 100 easy. He's 150.
Yeah, 7-115 with for 1 at the half. I mean, geez, dude. Just stare him down the entire game. Do it. It's what a freaking guy. Interesting bending of the rules that Brady probably got to interview Kubiak in person as part of broadcasting duties. He's not allowed to do that. That's the thing, is he's not allowed to be a part of those production meetings.
I just think it's very stupid.
Yeah, he needs to either do one or the other.
Yeah, like I don't think he brings enough as a broadcaster, and he's such a minority owner that it should have just been one or the other.
Look, Gray Zabel and Braden Fisk, two guys who raised their stock big time at the Senior Bowl fighting.
And I think Braden Fisk ran his ass over. Zabel's the right guard.
Zabel's the left guard, so it was
never
Anthony
mind.
Bradford was one that was ran over.
My bad, dude. God damn.
Interested in y'all's take on the wide receiver situation. Is the depth plus Neighbors recovery time enough of an issue to use the I mean, I got to see the guys. If I fall in love with them, I just don't see myself wanting a wide receiver over Caleb Downs.
I already stated my opinion on picking,
because Caleb Downs is an A+ player, and if there's a wide receiver that's an A player, I'm just taking Caleb Downs. Like, I'd have to really be like, I'd have to view that guy like I view Jamar Chase.
Pick good players in the draft. Stop reaching for stuff to fix holes. It's not how you fix holes.
If there's anything where I'm like, man, can we get like a mid-round guy to be a good receiver that's happening all the time?
That's the move, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
This is like one of my most annoying. It just like drives me crazy is when people complain about any GM. Giants have had several GMs in the past couple of years, so you can replace any name you want. Is bitching about is like, oh, he always drafts for need, and then like the same guy is like, we have to draft a defensive tackle with pick 1 because we don't have one. It's like that is literally you are just picking for need. That's exactly what you're doing.
I think the conversations about positions should be like, hey, we should, through the first 4 picks, man, it would be like we kind of need to come out with one of these, like, whatever, and knowing the draft and stuff. Like last year, it's like, man, defensive tackle feels like it needs to be addressed. Now they went with a bad run defending one last year, but there was just a huge run on those guys in the first and second round. Last year's draft, and this is what made me, even in hindsight, a little more happy with the Jackson Dart trade up before seeing Jackson Dart as an NFL player. I was like, man, pick 34 would have been like, it went worst case scenario for me there. Like there was a clump of like 8 guys. I was like, one of these guys fall to pick 34. None of them did.
Yeah.
So I would have went to, woken up being like, shit, what are we doing at pick 34 here?
I don't think we're set at wide receiver 1 at all. There's a lot of questions with Malik Neighbors coming back from an injury.
Yeah, but even if he's coming back, I think he's always going to be a great. He's going to be a great wide receiver 1. It might take some time to get back to that, but eventually he'll be back at that. By the way, when we get to the halftime show, we get to watch the Mattress Giant commercial. So you look forward to that.
He's going to run. What is the point of this?
Yeah. Why are you taking a tackle? Why are you taking an opportunity to get a hit?
Oh, that was stupid.
What the hell was that? He was down.
He slid. This is a waste of time.
Yeah.
At that point, just throw it away. I mean,
there's no point of Stafford. You're just risking yourself getting a hit. Literally just throw it out of bounds. That was very stupid by Stafford. There was no point to that. Except for he wants some. It's not like these even rushing yards even count on his stat book either. All right, halftime show. I just typed in MA. Have you ever seen the Mad TV Sopranos skit of like where it's on the Christian channel? Like, you mother. Very funny. All right, Mattress Giant. I wish we could just play clips without getting demonetized. That'd be fun, but then people would take advantage of it. 1999.
feel. Come to Mattress Giant when you want that deal. We've got the best price for that bed. It's only at Mattress Giant. Only at Mattress Giant. Only at Mattress Giant.
Wow, that was a very suggestive ending.
Yeah, I didn't play that up. I didn't oversell that at all. Like that
Nope.
was. I hope that if that audio is demonetizes us, I'm gonna be really angry.
Fair use, I mean, is something that you can argue, but they use robots to like detect stuff and automatically ban you. And then you have to like go backwards and fight for it. And a lot of times the time it takes to appeal those decisions kill any amount. I mean, there's a live stream, but like if you make a video, timing usually is an important thing. And by the time you get your appeal, even if you win your appeal, no one's going to watch the video anymore because the information's old or whatever. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. If
that is kind of the bullshit.
If this, well, here's the thing: is you can still watch it if they try to do that, which I'm pretty sure Mattress Giant is not doing that.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they don't have like a copyright department. It's not like the commercial. Yeah. You know what? What the hell are we even talking about? It's a commercial from 1999. I don't even know if that company is still like. Is there Mattress Giant still out there?
I don't know. I don't remember that being a company up by me.
Mattress Giant near me. Yeah, they're not even a real company anymore. Yeah, we're good.
What
The only thing that comes up is the commercials. So we're good.
QB coach for Jackson Dart.
It'll be interesting to see if the Ravens stick with T. Martin. Mattress Giant Nation show. There we go. All right, I'm going to do a halftime break pee-pee in the toilet.
In the toilet.
So you got to hold it down.
I'll hang in. Yeah, I'll hang in. I'll talk to chat. So, chat, tell me what we got. We are live. Just gonna move my camera a bit. This is my Giants wall. If it's really blurry, but like right about there, there's a tiny version of me. It's a pop figure, which is pretty sweet. Just got that. Have I ever had Cheese Whiz? Brother, of course I did. I was poor growing up. Cheese Whiz was sometimes, doesn't matter. But yeah. I don't have a favorite fullback coming up yet. I mean, as like a little bit of disclosure for people who probably followed Bobby and not me for the past couple of years or whatever, is I do have a full-time job. So everything I do for Giants Nation show is in whatever time that I can carve out of my life to make sure that I am as knowledgeable as I can possibly be for whatever. And it's not like work for me because I love this shit, you know? So I'm not like complaining or whatever, but when it comes to like for the Senior Bowl, I have to get ready for this, right? So I have to try and get to know as many guys as I can going into this so that when we go there, I know what to look for because you only get the practices and the time that you're down there to look at it before it becomes kind of old news. So, you know, I don't have time to like, you know, pivot from like, oh, the Giants are definitely hiring John Harbaugh to John Harbaugh likes using a fullback, time to start looking at fullbacks. Like I don't have the time to make that gear switch yet. But it's certainly something that I'm interested in. We started doing some preliminary work for Todd Monken being the offensive coordinator as an anticipation. So I know that that's going to be a big deal. I'm a big fan of fullbacks. I'm a big fan of the run game. So I'm looking forward to checking out fullbacks that are out there, both coming into the league, which, you know, it's a possibility, right? Like there might be a fullback that's coming out of college that John Harbaugh really likes or Todd Monken really likes. Or maybe they'd rather go with an established veteran. Or maybe it would be even cooler is if there's like a training camp competition between like a younger guy and an older vet that, whatever. So that would be really, really cool. The mustache on the Funko Pop is not oversized, but nor is the mustache on my face. So there's that. Quit and pod full time. I would love to. I have a life though. I was already planning on moving and had all the stuff pretty much set up and ready to go when Bobby had asked me to help him with the show first. And then when I officially was offered the co-host position, like obviously like things were already in motion and whatever, but I had made the decision to move to out of New Jersey and to this location a full year ago. And it was just a matter of getting finances together, finishing up my lease and moving on. So I would love to. That is certainly a goal and something that I would like to get to. I know that this show would be better if I could do that because I would be better. And that's the goal and that's the dream. I have no thoughts on Sonny Styles. I'm excited for the Senior Bowl too, man. Die hard for Big Blue. It's my favorite week of the year. I know that we're gonna, and it's crazy too because it sounds like, oh, you're just down there with the bros and watching football. It's like it's a shitload of work. It's getting up very early, very, very early to go do like player interviews and all this time in between stuff as like a lot of like technical setup. We got to get microphones, everything tested, cameras, make sure that the shot is right. It's a lot of that shit in between everything. And then, I'm sure you guys know this from some aspect of your life, but you get to that point where you're super tired and you're around other people that are also super tired. You enter this like delirium, everything is funny kind of state of mind. And that definitely hits us at some point. I remember specifically with Justin down there is like, we would get the three of us, or four, we'd always have like a producer down there with us. We'd get in this thing where you start getting delirious and I don't know, we'll start like either singing a thing that's just been stuck in our heads or saying a phrase that's been stuck in our heads the whole week that we're down there.
Egypt. Did you hear me?
No, what?
I said, fuck ancient Egypt.
Is that something we said last year? That sounds familiar.
From Dewey Cox.
Oh, yeah. We watched. Did we watch that whole movie last year?
I don't think we watched it set down. I think we just kind of put it on in the background. Well, that's the thing is like we're all kind of like doing work in the living room, and we just fucking put on like highlights or funniest John C. Reilly scenes or whatever. And there's some.
Did we watch Borat last year? No,
we've never watched Borat. Borat, it was such a big deal, but that's one of those movies that is just so ahead of its time.
100%.
It was ahead of its time, and I guess I would say it's like the best version of those types of things, but like you can't even do those types of things anymore because everyone's just so aware now.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one was terrible.
I didn't even see it. Stan McCune wants to know my my nickname history. I started doing podcasts right around the 2017 season. And at that time, I had seen and was complaining to people around me like how the roster has just slowly gotten worse since 2011. They just neglected shit and like they were kind of being held together by Tom Coughlin, in my opinion, and Eli Manning throughout those years, as the team fell from that Super Bowl. And then 2016, they roll with Ben McAdoo, who I was not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of the offense he came from, with the offense he was installing, even though when he was the OC, that offense was electric. But I also think that Tom Coughlin had a heavy hand in, sticking to the straight up run game and not just doing like quick passes as an extension of the run game and stuff like that. And I remember like Giants fans were all about that 2016 team. And I understand why, because, just the win-loss record, right? I mean, that was a felt like a good team, but to me, it was super fake. And it used to, like, everyone just thought I was like some Debbie Downer. But like, so yeah, that's sort of the thing is right there. As I was trying to be the splash of cold water of reality, is like this team is literally an Odell Beckham play every single week is the only reason that they win. It's all hinging on this one guy and then the defense holding teams to like 10 points. And that was it. I just kind of became a grump because of it. And now, and that's the thing too, is I felt like I was being realistic at the time. So now everyone thinks I'm not grumpy because I try to stay as even keel and just give my honest to goodness thoughts at all times, which sometimes I think the team has been so bad lately that there's a lot of fans that don't know how bad it could be and view me as being overly positive, which maybe I am sometimes. Forrest Gump. Yeah, actually, people do make fun of me on Reddit. I've seen Reddit posts where I've been called Gump and stuff like that. And that's, whatever. It is what it is. None of that shit bothers me.
VT Jakes is just like, hey, here's 4. Here's 20, but he's not actually saying anything.
VT.
Jake, you got to be a little more frugal with your money. But thank you very much. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate it. VT's in all the streams, so
Jake got paid today.
Yeesh. Maybe rob somebody. Never mind. I was gonna say something.
So let me ask you this: when are we saving the Mexican restaurant for Thursday night?
I was thinking we do it Wednesday, since Thursday we're not going to go do interviews in the morning, and we're not worried about
we can stay up late.
Yeah,
I'm getting a phone call right now,
So-
but I super duper don't need to answer that.
we'll do a steak night. Oh, some barbacoa.
What other so we have to get up and do Radio Row stuff at like 5:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
So does that make our Dunkin' runs like 8 a.m.?
Well, I guess we'll just get it on the way to the convention center. Actually, here's the thing: is that coffee would be so clutch in the morning, but it would be nice to save it. I don't know.
I'd rather not be holding back my yeah, never mind.
Your coffee runs.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll be honestly, like, if we get out of the house and we like go outside and it's fucking cold, like I'm gonna be awake enough to do an interview, and then I'll start dragging ass before practice if we don't have a coffee, but I don't need it to do the interviews. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, we'll be good. Well, we'll get it on the way back. I wonder if our fan is still a fan, or if he stayed over with Talking Giants.
It will be interesting to see if there's any stickers at Dunkin' this year.
Yeah,
We'll have to see.
probably not.
Cold phone.
Victor said, "Don't tell us how to throw away our money." GNS for life. I will.
Yeah,
Do
how about
not
that?
send me a $1,000 super chat. And actually, you know what? I don't. No one's gonna do that anyways. Sometimes I see some of these streams where they're just like, "Yeah, money. Where you go? They haven't had a super chat in 6 minutes." Can we just DoorDash you? Well, see, we're not gonna be at the field in the morning.
Well, also, like, there's only one entrance to the field that's open. Oh my god.
Did they touch that? Guess not. All right, second half. Oh, your mom has more aura than you.
I still don't really know what aura is.
I do. I'm just glad that word is dying.
Dude, I fucking never mind. I'm gonna stop my old man ranting.
Jack
That is true.
ended up be working out, but it was driving me nuts, being like the aura. I was like, can we talk about football?
Dude, didn't I say that? And then people still got on my case. So like, how are we supposed to do that without him playing a single snap yet? I'm like, I know he hasn't played yet. I mean, as soon as he plays, can we stop talking about his aura and talk about his football acumen? Thank you, please.
Yeah. He does have it, to be fair.
I get it. I do. He's a
I've also
natural
seen
leader. He's
other-
got an it factor to him. It factor doesn't mean shit if you can't throw, and we didn't see that yet. The last I had seen from him was at the Senior Bowl, where he was fumbling every other snap under center. And I was a Jackson Dart guy going into it, but like still. But someone said bring one of those Starbucks cold brew things for the refrigerator. It's actually not a bad idea.
It's not, but we kind of have to make Dunkin' runs while we're here.
It's
Part
just
of
part of
tradition.
it. Yeah. All day.
What
Wow,
I
look at
will
that.
say
Yes.
is, as much as we don't like the practices being pushed back, is we can now eat lunch, which we had not eaten a lunch ever down here.
Circle K lunch, man.
Yeah, so we had never really eaten a lunch while we were here.
Yeah,
Or at
I
least we
think
can get a nice little, light lunch, and then we can make a coffee run between the first and second practice.
yeah. Usually our caloric intake in between practices was like candy and soda. It was like the best. Like
Me, I
there's
just
like
wanted that Polar Pop of like half water, half Powerade. I'm so glad I said Powerade because it's true, number one, but that's part of body armor.
the Body Armor is run by Mike Repoli, right?
Oh shit, really? That's
Yeah.
the UFL guy, right?
Yeah.
Who's got the Orlando team, right? Yeah. I didn't know that.
There you go. Now you have to go to an Orlando Storm game.
Yeah, I will get to one Orlando Storm game.
I know you will.
They should have us do a live show.
Oh, I feel like that was such a good play call too. It just totally didn't work. That was a mess.
Penalty too. I'll send $1,000 if you promise to stream from Tehran. No.
I'll stream from Tehran in like maybe 30 years.
People are telling me to say I love my mom. I do love my mom. Bobby Skinner ends the conflict in the Middle East. That's how we'll get a live show. Bobby Skinner is anti-ending conflict. That was
true.
That was a good bit we had during the Brian Flores saga. We're like, yeah, honestly, we talk about football for the most part. We'll end racism on the next show. I was like, I remember saying the Senior Bowl, and we were like, probably 4 episodes. Like, shit, forgot. Next episode is when we'll end racism. Sack.
I feel like at this point,
every-
if the Rams, if they don't get pressure on Darnold, then they're just giving up chunk plays. It's entirely on them getting pressure.
It's all 4 D linemen won, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Let's see the replay here. And that's a good stunt. You know what? All 4 got penetration at least. They didn't all win, but they all got penetration.
Well, when the stunt happens right in Darnold's face, he has nowhere to step up to. So, like, I feel like they had him contained on the edges, but nowhere to step up just means you're just enveloped. Oh my god, dude.
Oh my gosh. That is dude, the Rams special teams are
So bad, dude. That's
crazy
unacceptable.
how much it has screwed them this year.
If you start falling, then just get the hell out of the way.
That's crazy. Sean McVay is gonna murder somebody. That's unbelievable, dude. What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
There's Emmanuel Forbes Jr. being terrible at everything.
Dude, oh man. You should be hated.
So in the 2011 NFC Championship game, Giants-Niners, you had a punt muff and then a punt fumble,
Yeah, Kyle Williams.
both by Kyle Williams. Now that is dead and gone, do you really feel like there was unequivocal evidence that first punt hit him in the knee? I feel like we have touchdown.
Jake Bobo. Jake Bobo. Fun fact.
UCLA.
Daniel Jones' last career college passing touchdown was to Jake Bobo, who then transferred from Duke to UCLA.
How about that?
Dude, oh man. That guy, they should like, I'm not even kidding. I would tell that guy go to the locker room. Like, we don't want to look at your face. You're gonna ruin our ability to come back in this game. Like, just go away. Because anytime any player looks at you, their spirit is gonna drop a little bit. Go to the locker room.
Yeah. You're bad for morale.
Seriously. That crap drives me nuts. Bobo, what a route. Dude, oh my. I'm not a Rams fan. I'm not even rooting for the Rams really, and it's just like that angers me. Like, you're just such a small time player.
It is amazing that there is zero margin for error when you're on special teams. Whether it's kicker, punter, returner, gunner, like there's just no you screw up and it's like there's no forgiveness.
Want to go look at his Instagram comments right now?
The death threats, you mean? You gonna read some death threats on the air?
We're anti-death at the Kickers podcast.
They're not kickers.
That's true. Did you see like that lady who that little girl that like predicts games? What a catch, bro. Way to trip on air. Good going. You're selling Stafford, bro. You better disable your comments, folks. I love how we all hear right now. God will have his way with you. Folks ain't going to keep being patient with you. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. He has 500. It just went from 458 to 529 comments in 2 seconds.
That's fucking crazy. My God.
So I feel bad for him a little bit, but I'm also pissed off at him. Harbaugh had an amazing statement last week saying success can be dangerous in the NFL if you don't know how to assess it properly. So relevant for how this franchise reacted to the 20s. Yeah, that was a good quote that we didn't bring up. I think I took a note on it. I probably said it in the reaction video of like, man, success can be your worst enemy at times because it doesn't, you got to keep pushing.
I mean, you don't. That's like a common thing, right? That people say is that you don't learn from winning; you learn from losing.
Super Bowl hangover. That's an extremely real thing. $5 if you sack tap Joe Shane to scream, "Ain't that right, Joe?" Well, Grim, you already gave me $5, so I don't have to do that. How about that?
I can just say that I did.
You know how like I've defended Shane to like a very small degree in the last week or so.
I think you've been very fair about Joe Shane, but go ahead.
So like one of the comments is like, "You shit on him all season. Now you think he's great." I'm like, I just said better than the Titans and Falcons. You know,
you're not allowed to say any nice things. You have to ignore all evidence and admit that he's the worst GM that's ever existed.
My mom's just spreading fake news in the chat saying, fun fact about he bullied all his classmates into voting him as senior class president.
Bullied, or were you persistent?
I wasn't persistent at all. I went up on the stage and I was like, we're going to have fun. And I had friends and they just voted for me. How would one go about bullying people into voting for class president? How would I ever know if they did it or not? That would actually hurt my case.
You hire goons to hang out by the voting booths.
Yeah. I will say the school was mad because they're like, you're not taking this serious and you're just
I believe
you're just going to win because it's a popularity contest, but like you are supposed to do things as a class president.
Oh my gosh.
What
Julian
a
Love.
throw.
Can't believe
What
Joe
a
Shane let that guy go.
throw. That was a crazy throw,
That
though.
was a great throw. No, I'm fucking around, dude. I think Julian Love was somebody definitely that should have been retained.
He's one of those weird, like, overrated, underrated players, you know?
He was drafted perfectly. Where he was drafted was exactly correct. It would be stupid to pass up on him where he was drafted, but like because he was at Notre Dame.
He was one of those first, like, that was our first time doing draft coverage, and we did it very compared to what we did now. I mean, I was literally watching highlights on my phone and stuff, but like Love was really good in college. I think he had the most pass breakups his senior year at Notre Dame. He was a corner.
It was just athletic. You just knew he wasn't going to be a corner as long as you felt like, he was obviously a very intelligent guy. You knew you were going to get a hard worker. So like, it was just a matter of like, are you going to be able to work with him to get him to transition to safety?
People are saying that's not Julian Love.
Is it not?
It's not. It's number 29.
Oh, my bad. Whatever.
Caught a break on Bradshaw Ford.
Oh,
yeah,
they're talking about the 2011 NFC Championship. We did.
Oh, money.
Oh, God.
What a that's
throw.
Who is 29? Because he's the guy that's getting abused right now.
Getting worked. Josh Joby.
Oh, yeah.
What a throw, though. I mean, seriously. He wasn't like crazy open.
And that was like a vintage Devontae Adams release too. Like that one will get shown on like clips on like wide receiver releases.
I had a friend that was a Jets fan that texted me during the Bradshaw forward progress. He's like, "You are so lucky about that call." Touchdown.
Money.
There you go. It's still a 4-point game. Halfway through the third period. Third quarter.
Xavier Smith is going to be in my head this entire game if the Rams don't win this. I mean, they should be winning right now. Seahawks just went manned up, and Woolen couldn't hang.
Stafford, I think, is the most. I think he's the best quarterback right now in the league.
I mean, that was just 3 10 out of 10 throws right there.
Mm-hmm. This shirt? Where do you get this shirt? Dude, I caught this shirt. This shirt got chucked into the stands on a Monday night game. I guess that was last year, was the 100th year, 2024. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday night against the Cincinnati Bengals. I could not go to the game with Cranky, so I went with my best friend. And that was probably the last game that I was like annihilated drunk at. Because I don't usually, when we get to the end of the year and the Giants are totally out of it, I might be, but that got launched and it landed like 4 rows ahead of me and it just bounced off of hands and it landed. It was coming right to the dude in front of me and my friend reached for it and just like poked him in the eye and then it just like bounced off of his hands and landed in mine. I wasn't even trying to catch it. And it's like clear how cheap and shitty these are. Like the graphic is like on here sideways and stuff, but yeah, you can't get it. I'm sorry. I'll mail it to you if you give me your address and sling $200 into this chat.
Don't do that because then you're going to have to do it. Someone's going to do it. I kind of want to hear this Ben Stiller commercial. It looks funny. It's the car commercial. So during the national,
amazing how short he is. Go ahead. What?
During the national championship, my wife was saying something serious to me, and then this Dr. Pepper commercial came on, and I was like, "This is hilarious." And I started laughing, and she was like, "What are you laughing?" I'm like, "This Dr. Pepper commercial is hilarious." I was like, "Dr. Pepper, baby, it's good," and I was like, "This is just a funny commercial." It was a viral. It was like a viral TikTok, and they paid her $2 million for it, and now it's just their commercial. So it's Dr. Pepper, baby. It's good and nice. That's honestly amazing job by Dr. Pepper on that, by the way. Because it's a great commercial.
I like Dr. Pepper. We actually have some in the fridge. Also, last night I got Dr. Pepper out of the fridge and I put it down. And then like 20 minutes later, I was like, oh yeah, I have this. And I opened it and it fucking exploded all over my pants. Like, it's insane. It's like someone shook it literally 5 seconds before it did, but it hadn't moved in like easily 20 minutes.
We need to stop doing this.
Doing what?
It's just we have a big drink party. We're just like, Dr. Pepper, babe. You know what? We can joke about a Dr. Pepper commercial.
Don't lie, I peed. Yeah. All right. You nailed it.
Grumpy, people are saying.
People are saying.
Dr. Pepper, baby. What is Sean McVay freaking out about?
What isn't he freaking out about?
That's the thing about doing these streams is sometimes there's like something major happening and we have no clue.
Yep. I'm like looking at chat and
He should throw the tablet at the QB.
Yeah,
To
there
be
you
fair to Dable, he threw that at Shea Tierney, even though he was pissed off at Daniel Jones.
he did?
Yeah, you talking about the Brian Dable Seahawks game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw it. He didn't even throw it at either. He just kind of tossed
No,
it
I'm just like, yeah.
into Tierney. When Daniel Jones was like 4-0 or whatever, that video, all of a sudden it just got a second life of quote tweets of being like, "You piece of shit! That's why you suck. You don't treat people right." Involuntary peeing is a real thing. Millions of people suffer every year.
Glad to know I'm in good company. I think Dable is the favorite to get the job in Buffalo because I don't think anybody wants to work with Brandon Beane. That scenario, everything went down in the worst possible way.
I disagree. I think that's overrated though, because you get to work with Josh Allen and you're basically guaranteed to be a good team. Like you're guaranteed to get in the playoffs.
But that's making my point for me. That should be the most attractive job in the world, and it's currently not.
I think as much as Brandon Beane and the owner screwed that up, I do think that's a little over. I just don't think that's as much of a real thing within the coaches. Again, Josh Allen is a guaranteed playoff berth, essentially. Obviously not guaranteed, but
no, but the Jets and Dolphins still don't really look like they're imposing. So you're at worst getting second place in the AFC East.
Yeah. So I think I also think though Walker's fucking running right now. But here's the thing is Brian Dable is so like, what are you doing by adding him? You know? It's like, are you okay? His one thing is he develops quarterbacks. Josh Allen is already very developed.
Is he going to keep Joe Brady at that point? Like that? Yeah, I don't know.
It just doesn't. You might, if you're going to go offense, you need to go like. Hopefully, you get like Grant Udinsky or Nate Shieldhouse, and like hope you have like the next young great coach, not just a good offensive coach.
Oof.
Dude, this running back's like making a little noise as a receiver, Helani.
Mm-hmm. Boise State undrafted 2024.
He looks like a Boise State back. Yeah, Kubiak would be a good fit for Buffalo because he's going to have the quarterbacks like backing. So like if you're worried about him as a leader, like the offense is going to be good. So yeah, if you're going to do Kubiak would be a good fit there too.
He would. You think Brady wants Kubiak in Vegas?
They're saying
think-
they're supposedly Brady's like fawning over him.
Brady's a minority owner, though. I mean, I'm sure that like his opinion is definitely like, important, whatever. But like, everybody acts like Brady owns 100% of the Raiders. It's just
Yeah, but
not.
the Raiders do kind of let him have a big part of those big decisions. Like Davis kind of leans into him. Which he shouldn't, by the way.
He should lean on him for haircut advice.
Yeah, pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Oof, terrible throw.
Come on, Darnold. Bobo.
I thought that was interesting too. Ben McAdoo's a defensive coach now. We've come a long way from what Aaron Rodgers said is, quote, one of the rising stars in the NFL, Ben McAdoo.
Trips right, motion out, bring him back.
Got him. Touchdown.
Man. Darnold's played really good. He's I'm ready to take him out of the choker category.
I don't really think he's a choke artist. I think he's limited, and he's mostly been on bad teams. Mostly.
Yeah, but the end of last year was pretty brutal.
It was.
It was his first real opportunity to like be on a winning team. Let me ask you this. Who is your top two don't trust these quarterbacks in a big game, but they are good in the NFL right now? I feel like there should be whatever your 1 and 2 is. I feel like it should be consensus.
I have to think about this. Give me a moment. My brain is in a lot of different places right now. Don't trust them in a big moment.
Yeah, basically you're taking in their playoff performances into account more so than you would just if you're just looking at that team as a team as like their quarterback and defense and offense.
Dak, I guess.
Dak is one.
Nobody in the, I mean, I guess like as an honorable mention maybe is Josh. Let me keep thinking.
I think it's got to be Justin Herbert.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
The Jags game he was bad, but he wasn't terrible. These last
How many
two
coaches has he had?
Allen or Herbert?
No, Herbert.
Let's see. He had Harbaugh, Roman, Staley. Who was the OC for Staley?
Yeah, I don't. Why
Kellen
don't I
Moore.
know this? Oh, really?
For at least 1 year. Kellen Moore for 1 year. I don't think they made the playoffs that year. They didn't. That was the year Staley got fired.
Let's see. His rookie year was with Anthony Lynn.
Rookie year with Anthony Lynn. That was the year where they just kept on blowing games at the end, but it actually wasn't Herbert's fault.
He had Steichen
kept running the ball.
2021, he had Joe Lombardi and Brandon Staley.
Uh-oh. Look, someone just deep fried draft. By my unofficial account, 34 players who accepted Senior Bowl invites are no longer on the roster.
Oh my God.
If David Bailey is one of those, I'm gonna be so pissed.
That's so. This is the first year with this guy running it. That's kind of a rough sign.
But I feel like this has just been happening more and more.
It has. It's also, I mean, they bent the rules to start adding juniors in, and so things have changed. But
Son of a
still, that's
bitch.
not good. That's
David
a lot. That is a lot, and because day of people back out, so we're not all the way through.
David Bailey is off of it. And I
Yeah,
did
I'm
a
not
breakdown on an edge player that the Giants are not going to draft for no fucking reason.
Shit happens, you know.
You know what? I'm going to crank out. Let me see. Let's make sure Emmanuel Pregnon is. Oh my God, Emmanuel Pregnon's off of it.
That sucks. That's a huge.
I
Where's the list?
got to figure out a breakdown that I'm going to just crank out to. Son of a bitch. That really sucks. I hate this shit when they do this shit every year. Man.
What are they chanting?
Murder him. Murder him.
Why do they back out? You know, I really don't know.
Let's see. Is KJ Concepcion still on it? Dude, what is going on?
Where are you seeing this?
I'm going to their game roster.
Oh,
Nice throw. Right now they have 134 entries. Maybe I'll do a wide receiver one. Wide receiver breakdowns are probably the quickest ones I can do.
accepted invites. All right. So if I just refresh the accepted invites page, it'll be updated.
No, go to game and go to game roster.
All right. View full roster. Let me sort by position. Austin Barber is still going to be there.
That's the center or the tackle from the center. Is that the center? That's the tackle from Florida, right?
The tackle. The center is Jake Slaughter.
Yeah, maybe I can do
Because
tackle
Austin
breakdown.
Barber was not as bad as I thought he was when I watched some film of him. Oh my God.
How did okay, he didn't stay up. Okay. Well, I guess he did, but he got second guy.
He got wrecked, dude. Oh my God, dude! Like 100 running backs are no longer.
You know what I might do? I might do Jacoby Lane. It's a big play, 6'4" wide receiver. Big game against Oregon, Notre Dame. So, best games against best competition.
I want to see this tight end from Wyoming.
Dude, I really
Have you
want to see
watched
him
him?
against these guys.
Have you watched him at all?
Highlights.
Okay. I don't know shit about him, but I always like, those kind of school guys, especially in that like Pacific Northwest area, like Big
Get another
Sky
John
Conference
Michael.
shit.
Imagine that.
JMG and JMS.
He's not very productive, and he's a lighter guy, but that could be your diamond in the rough. If there's one position where you're like, why isn't the production there, but you're actually good, is the tight end spot. Pressure,
Oof.
dude.
Pick. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I was getting ready to be like, that's the play of the game for Stafford, the way he stepped up in that pocket. And Stafford being with McVay, it shows off how good of a quarterback Stafford is, but it also hides a lot of like, there's a reason why him in Detroit, he just throws a lot of screw at balls.
Yeah.
And those just turn into interceptions when you don't have the best.
I will say though,
coach in
Wolf
the
covered a
NFL.
lot of ground very quickly. He was beat.
Say it again.
Woolen was beat. He covered a lot of ground to make that up.
Yeah. But the point I was saying is like, Stafford did a lot more, had a lot more big negative plays than people remembered. Hell, even that first year with the Rams, they won the Super Bowl, but he threw the most interceptions in the NFL that year. He almost threw away their chances. Remember that 49ers game? He threw that duck right in the middle of the field, and the 49ers safety just dropped it. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Woolen. That's kind of huge.
It is. Because he's yapping to the sideline. What a dumbass.
Sure, but it's the playoffs, dude. It's the
I
NFC
get it.
Championship
I know.
game. Let them talk some shit.
I miss Matt Stafford's old teeth. Nice. So he's wide open.
Oh, did he catch? He caught it,
Touchdown.
right? Yep, touchdown.
Wow.
Xavier Smith. Buka. What a throw. What a catch. Not even a great throw.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he got that touchdown. This is a good game.
This is a great game.
Both these offenses have been just like
Oof.
nuts.
Wow, that was like the best use of the pylon cam ever.
Dude, imagine getting that taunting call and then just getting beat the next play.
Torched the next play.
That's crazy. You went from the
He
hero
just told. Oh my God, he got
zero.
worked.
Please don't spend 20 minutes.
It
reviewing
didn't
that.
touch the ground. This is the real Super Bowl. I agree. I do not think that the Patriots are going to. I don't know. I think that the Patriots played nobody is like a real argument, and getting to play the Jarrett Stidham Broncos and only scoring 10 fucking points before the snow is something.
Do you still have the list of the Senior Bowl players?
Open? Yeah.
So what I want you to do is so you can schedule this for tomorrow morning at like 8:15. I'm going to share my screen for you.
Okay.
If you can
Yeah.
format it like this. see. Like, Ravens players drafted from Senior Bowl last 5 years. You see
Oh,
that?
I already tweeted that shit out.
Well, you just did 25 players have been, including
did.
these. Can you just do like like this?
Yeah, that's actually how I took the notes.
Yeah, so do that and schedule for tomorrow, and then I'll retweet it and we'll graphic it and put it on Instagram, Facebook.
I can't tweet that many characters.
Oh, you don't have the damn premium.
I do not pay for X. Let me see what.
I can
do a string. I can do a thread of fucking tweets. I don't give a shit.
Why don't you just do a screenshot of like your Google Doc?
Okay. Yeah. Which, come on, dude. Google Docs.
Have you seen that whatever
Notepad
911 show? It's been making the rounds again of like the promo where like the asteroids are heading for LA.
No.
Like, take cover. Like, out of the earth. It's ordinary. And one of the other like clips from that show is like a guy gets swallowed by a whale and one of the cops just jumps in the water. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Dude, those shows are so bad.
I know, it makes me want to watch it though. Dude, if they overturn this, yeah, what the heck is that? Pats are better than advertised. I agree, die hard for Big Lou. I think we're in for a hell of a Super Bowl in my opinion, but I'm most definitely rooting NFC since I'll be in Homer. Yeah, if you're watching a Super Bowl with a group of fans of that team, you can't publicly do it because then you're the asshole, but you got to silently be rooting against that team. The only annoying thing about that is like you're trying to watch and enjoy a game, and every penalty against their team is like, what? They're going to sit there and yell about it for 10 minutes. And that drives me nuts. Any hope for Azuda this year? No.
Yo, Bobby, can you share your screen again? I just want to see what the top of that tweet said.
I did. All right. Giants players drafted by. Wait, hold on. Let me just share my screen. Giants players drafted from Senior Bowl under Joe Shane. So just do like Ravens.
Players drafted from Senior Bowl under John Harbaugh. Well, for the last 5 years. I'm not doing 18
Yeah,
years.
just do the last 5 years.
Okay.
Dude, Woolen's getting into it on the sideline with somebody.
I saw somebody in the comments saying that.
Thoughts on Chris Board reuniting with Harbaugh? That's awesome. I did think about that. Chris Board was very much like, man, you're old thing, because he went to a high school that one of my teammates from college went to. And he's one of my, best friends from that college. And I was like, oh, did he play with him? And then I was like, nope, he's 4 years younger than us. It's like, oh, shit.
You want me to tweet this tomorrow morning?
Yeah, schedule it for like 8:15 or something like that.
All right.
Early predictions for Senior Bowl MVP. I'm going to go Diego Pavia. It's not always a quarterback, but it's usually a quarterback. And all these guys dropping out. Like,
yeah, I mean that throws a wrench in it for sure.
I know Pavia is going to show up and try and ball out, so I'm going to go Diego Pavia.
Whoa. Throw it away, bro. What are you doing? All right.
Dude, and so David Bailey and Ruben Bain, these guys dropping out sucks because you want to see those guys. The part that bothers me the most is I was so looking forward to seeing these tackles go up against them.
Yeah. When did Garrett Nussmeier join?
A while ago. He could be a good candidate to win it.
He'll be a good arm there at least, even if I don't think he's going to transition to the NFL.
Dartmouth has an offensive lineman, Delby Lemieux. I wonder if he's related to Shane Lemieux.
He is not. He also played lacrosse, which is like such a Dartmouth fucking thing.
The first football letter I got in the mail, because that was a big thing of like you got letters from all these college teams, was from Dartmouth, and I was so pumped. I went home and made a creative player on NCAA and played with Dartmouth.
Did you have the grades to go to Dartmouth?
No, but it was just my first recruiting letter.
I was just curious. I couldn't get into Dartmouth now.
No, I wouldn't have been able to. Also, some of my high school fudge was stuff because like they had me down as like a 3.7 GPA. I remember there's one school that like was like, oh wow, like they came to my all-star game and they saw that, and then they like went to my high school, visited with me and stuff, and then they looked at then they got my transcripts and they called me. It's like, dude, you have a 2.7 GPA. What? You can't come here. I think they even called my mom, and if my mom's in the chat, she might remember that because they called my mom and me. Like, yeah, you can't come here. You didn't need to.
What
call
school
my
was
mom.
it?
I forget what it was. It was might have been. I think it was in Pennsylvania. Was it Lafayette? Is there a Lafayette school in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, probably. It's a county. Is Wes still here? Wes would know. Westicles, get your testicles in the chat.
Alabama sent me the most letters, which feels really cool around your teammates when you're getting from letters from Alabama. But then you also realize that's why they're Alabama at the time is they just send 5 letters a day to every single recruit that comes in their database. And I also knew I was like, I'm not good enough to even Alabama to think about me. How did this even happen?
It's like really, really good. Like 5-star recruits go to Alabama and sit for 3 fucking years and they get one shot.
I was like, this is not even a delusion of mine. That'd always be the funniest too. Is like there are some teammates who were like good football players in high school, and like, yeah, I want to go to Auburn. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? And then it's like the next year, it's like, yeah, you're not doing anything.
He's not going to win MVP, but I'm really excited to see Tyreek Sapp. He might be somebody who leaves after the first day.
I put him on the interview request list. The best player to come out of my high school. So we only had a football program for like 15 years, and then they shut it down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We didn't have anybody in the NFL. Prince Fielder went to my high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That feels like a
Also, a lot of our best players were also like bad people
kids.
too, and so
Yeah.
they just didn't like get through college, even though they like went to like top colleges and stuff. In fact, one of the best players I played with, my running back, he actually ended up at South Alabama. He went to Vanderbilt. They got kicked out of another school, and then he went to South Alabama for a year, which is where the Senior Bowl's at.
Kirsten Dunst went to your high school. That's amazing.
If you guys remember the basketball player Sasha Khan, who was on the Cavs championship team but not like really active, he was went to my high school. There's been a few NBA players that have went to my high school, but none that were really good. But my high school basketball players won 3 straight NCAA championships. Walter Hodge won 2 in a row with Florida, and then Sasha Khan won 1 with Kansas. He was on that Mario Chalmers championship team.
Jermaine Illuminer went to my high school.
Really?
Yes. But he had just moved from England and didn't really know anything, so he was on the football team, but coach didn't play him at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of nuts, isn't it? But I legitimately think he didn't know enough about the game to be trusted out there.
That's a good question. Someone said Jared
Um,
Fogle went to his high school. Oh, that was Victor saying. Never mind. Damn you, Victor.
Whoa! Oh my God! Cam
Cam
Kinchin.
Kinchins, boy. How about it? Cam Kinchins, baby. Free rush, but I still love it.
DBs are kings of like celebrating plays that like are handed to you. QB overthrows the ball. Go ahead and put your sword away, buddy.
2nd and 19.
Better hurry up. 1 second.
Yeah, we got to lock in for this fourth quarter. Stop talking about bullshit. All right, 3rd and 14. This is huge right here.
This is huge. That was a huge sack and a huge moment. Keep eating my chocolate croissant here.
You made me drop my croissant. Big 3rd down here. Even getting the field goal range would be huge for them.
Free play
They're going to call a false start.
or unabated.
Charles Cross.
Yeah.
Charles Cross is definitely better than I gave him credit for. And he's definitely better than Evan Neal. I still think he's like not a top 10 tackle, left tackle in the NFL. Definitely not a top 10 tackle. Maybe I'm just bitter. I was like, thank God we didn't get Charles Cross. We got Evan Neal.
Yeah, I know. I was the same way, so I feel bad.
It's like, damn it.
Oh, we didn't really have a choice, though.
Dude. Say it again.
Wasn't Charles Cross drafted before Evan Neal?
No, he was the 3rd
Oh.
tackle off.
That's a great play by Durant.
Yeah. Oh, they called that encroachment. I didn't even realize. I was like, why? I felt like he was way closer to the sticks than I thought. That's a huge play. They got Kyron Williams at punt returner. Good. Want to check in and see how many comments Xavier Smith has now?
I hope he has a plane ticket, or if he's going to have to like find his own way back from Seattle.
I hope you have a plane ticket.
Don't even joke, bro.
It has 1,437 comments. It was less than 200 when we first checked.
That's insane.
It's a weird thing of the internet. It's like guy has terrible play in the big moment. Let's go to his Instagram. Which I was the opposite. When Tavares King had that touchdown in the Packers game, I went to his Instagram. I was like, thanks for showing up, brother.
That was the Packers game, right?
Yeah.
He was the only one to catch a fucking pass.
Dude, it still haunts me that like we did have playoff Eli, a great defense, a great receiving group, or good receiving group with a great receiver in Odell. And the receivers just fucking sold us out in that game.
Odell was always kind of a drops guy, though. That's what people like act like he had those games
in that game. But okay, sure he had those games, but like that was a playoff game.
Yes.
And he was like it's very fandom to be like, if we win that game, maybe win this game. Like the whole Plaxico thing is like, I understand how good that 2008 team is. It's not a guarantee we go to the Super Bowl.
No.
But that was a weak NFC year. That's the year the Falcons went with Kyle Shanahan and Matt Ryan. That was Russ's was that Russ's rookie year? No, right?
What,
No, it was well after
2016?
that. No, it was well after that. I'm tripping, but I'm just like, if Dominique Rodgers Cromartie came back for the divisional round or whatever, that game still haunts me. I sat in silence the entire second half. I mean, Shep dropped a touchdown. Odell dropped a couple passes. Shep dropped it and it was the boat picture and those receivers, just suck. The Plex gun year is the Giants' best team I've ever seen. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
right.
I agree too.
But I also I hate when people just assume we would have won the Super Bowl. It's like, this is the NFL, dude. Like, it's an any given Sunday. The playoffs are a different animal.
Well, also
and
the
now you
Plax
gotta win
thing,
3 or 4 games.
the Plax thing highlights the biggest weakness of that team is that they were nothing without a number one wide receiver. They didn't have anything to jump up in the ranks if he ever got hurt. Forget the gun thing. If you just go into the playoffs and he twists his ankle the wrong way and can't go, that team's losing whatever game came next. So that was the biggest weakness, is that there was a lack of depth, specifically at wide receiver going into that year. But
and they said no one to take off the top either, which really
Well, I mean, you have to remember, the whole next year, I think they went to, oh my God.
Yeah, but they were so good running the ball, but then teams just started. Yeah, it totally. I've talked about with even a lot of those guys on that team.
Yeah.
Nice
well, up until that point, the only game they had lost was a game that they just flat out shit the bed against the Browns on, I think, a Monday night. They just simply didn't show up to play. They beat themselves that day.
Yeah, that was a Braylon Edwards team. All right, big first down. Play action.
Oh,
dude, they're dealing right. Stafford and the Rams are just dealing right now. Yo, bye. When are we getting a Denard Wilson vid? I think me and Grunt will do a live podcast tomorrow, probably 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, maybe even 7. We'll see. We'll see how our preparation goes. Didn't AP try to cover up the shooting too? Yeah, all time. We talked about this a little bit. It's that stuff doesn't translate to being a good head coach, but an all-time guy in your corner, Antonio Pierce. That guy will never snitch on you.
Oh my God! Wow,
dude, what is going on here?
Dude, this is all. Both teams seem to be doing this. It's like they're stretching the field with the wide receivers, and underneath to the running backs is make one guy miss.
Staff took a big hit on that one too.
Big cat.
This is a great game. Thankfully, we streamed this one.
People forget John Harbaugh is our coach.
John Harbaugh.
The fact that became a Microsoft Teams GIF is amazing, dude.
Well, what?
Hang on. Going deep. No, that's a fuck it ball right there.
Oh,
wasn't even close.
William was going to get that. That became a Microsoft Teams GIF. What?
Yeah, and the look in the group chat on Twitter. Wes seemed to notice it. I think Friday he said that.
I haven't been checking Twitter a lot. I've been driving. Oh yeah, that's funny.
That's insane. How does that happen?
2nd and 10. Another play. They're just play action in every play. Underneath. Dude, hold on to the ball, man. Dang, he just teabagged him. Yeah, they're just leaving the middle of the field wide open underneath. They're just waiting for them to come down on it and just hit a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier Smith is on the field, by the way. Trips left. They're going to run it right here. Never mind. I'm
Nope.
wrong. I lied.
Underneath.
Another check down, middle of the field. Like Nick Amenwari. Thank God for everyone that Stafford didn't end up a Giant. I know, like, that sounds crazy. Like, in the moment, it's like but like, I think sometimes we do have to remind ourselves that Stafford does have Sean McVay and Puka and Devontae Adams, while also not wanting to take anything away from him.
I'm okay with the events transpiring the way they did.
Yeah, especially because
You don't get Harbaugh without Dart. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole thing.
yeah. All right, third down.
Do you have a favorite non-Giants team?
No,
Me
I'll
either.
always root. I like to see the Bears do good, and the Florida teams. It's cool to see them do well, but I don't actually care.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he dropped it. That was so dangerous and a great throw, and he dropped it. All right, where you
Oh my god.
are you
I
going
really
for
thought
this
that-
or not? Are you going for this or not?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Just given the flow of this game and the way you're dealing right now on offense, I'm going for it.
Yeah, I guess. So. Yeah, you're gonna have to get another stop anyways. So, but it would just it'd just be nice to know that you're a one score at most.
Run.
He got it. Oh my gosh, dude, I can't believe. How do you not bring down Matthew Stafford? Who was that? Was that Tank Lawrence's bitch ass?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a loser.
I don't know why that took so long for him to just drop it and go. You only have to get a yard. I was going to say just run a QB draw.
Never to. He also had the check down there too.
He did. But
I'm
again,
surprised he
it's
didn't throw
4th and
that.
1. I would have just called a QB run all the way. Drop back and then just tuck it and run.
That's dangerous. So. Oh my gosh, that was. All right, let's go. That was a false start, right? Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you decline that? Take the 2-yard loss and loss it down.
Yes. Second and 12 is better than first and 15.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah, so Ryan Fowler, no David Bailey, Ruben Bain, KJ Conception, Jeremy Bernard, Akeem Mesidor. Dude. And of course, a Notre Dame fan replies, same folks in their feelings about Notre Dame declining a meeting in this bowl game going to come after these players. College football. All right, 1st and 5. Xavier Smith in motion. That scumbag.
Oh my god, they read that play all the way. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. Dude, this is such an elite performance by Stafford right now. This is just like putting the team on my back, dude. That's crazy.
That's like backyard football shit right there.
Puka out of the backfield. Maybe I'm a little hindsight, but how do you see Puka coming out of the backfield and not cover the middle short part of the field.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is JNS doing?
He's like eating his fingertips.
He's like, the human torch was denied a van club. Just like,
Just caught him in a weird moment doing weird stuff.
it happens.
There was one time they were like talking about like Eli and like all this stuff. Is like, yeah, he's just so good and underappreciated for all this other stuff. And it's why you go into this with a guy like Eli. And they cut to him on the sideline with like a hat on, like either done for the day because the game is over, or like the defense on the field or something. And he just like shoots a snot rocket, like like in that moment. Like, that's disgusting, Eli.
All right, 3rd and 4. They might have Devontae isolated.
They do. Out and up. Not there, though.
He's got to find something.
Incomplete.
Xavier Smith, dude, catch the ball. Oh, that's not him.
No, that's Mumfield.
Mumfield. What do you do here, man?
I might kick here.
You know what? I'm going for it because you got to stop them either way, and they'd rather try and stop them coming in from the 4 or the 5 or whatever it is than at the 30 or whatever. So yeah, 5. You know what? 5.
I'm not
minutes,
shocked.
I'm going for it. Never mind. I thought there was more time on the clock. Going for this
for like some kind of Texas route, right? Kyron Williams.
They backed out. They backed out. That was
they
a good
doubled him.
play call.
Pick. It's over. Yep.
That was a great defensive play call. That's where Mike McDonald is great. Like they didn't send that was not like, hey, you guys drop out. That was very much post snap. Everybody that has someone sliding to you, drop back. He forced that. He could have waited. He could have found something.
There was time. Yeah, they wanted Kyron Williams. He was doubled.
Man. Damn. All right, but it was still the right decision to go for it. I thought there was like 7 minutes left for some sort.
I'm not surprised that they went for it.
But now we can blame it for going on it. Like they shouldn't have went for it.
Yeah.
Now we get to say
always take the points.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I actually the 4th and 1 in the other game where Denver went for it. I don't have a problem with it. What I'm not going to do is do a rollout and cut the field for Jarrett Stidham. Like it's 4th and 1. Like I think coaches way overthink things. Like just run the fucking ball, man. Just if you can't get 1 yard with like your backup quarterback, I don't know if you want to get creative with running the ball, but I don't know. I'm just not putting the ball in Jarrett Stidham's hand on 4th down. That's just not what I'm going to do.
But that's why you do it, because they don't think you're going to do that.
Again, yeah, that right there, he fakes to fake. He pretends to fake. Like just overthinking way too much.
Oh, man.
Just play straight ahead football, man.
This is the type of game that makes me want to like fire up Madden. Because like I want to partake in football play calling and throws. Should have brought my PS5. We could have played Madden while we were here. Even though we don't even have time to breathe.
I was going to say we're going to do that at 2 a.m, maybe.
Yeah, we should do next year. We'll do the 24-hour live stream from Mobile.
Well, next year I'll plan it better so that I'm there Saturday. I don't think there's going to be an ice storm next year. I think that 2 years in a row would be pretty unlikely, but I'll plan it so that I'm
prepare to fail.
Yes.
Fail to prepare to fail. Piss poor preparation produces piss poor production. Here's the thing: is I'm in an Airbnb and I don't have my PS5 with me, so I also don't think I bought the new Madden.
I don't blame you.
which I kind of need to though. It's a Giants rookie QB, Madden. You
I
got to
get
have
it.
your rookie QBs, Madden. I remember the first game of Madden 05 with Ray Lewis on the cover. First thing I do, bench Kurt Warner's ass, put Eli Manning in. So you think I'm playing with not Eli Manning in this game?
How badly did they have him rated?
I think Kurt was like an 83 and Eli was an 80.
That's pretty generous.
Well, that's kind of what the ratings were for like the top rookies at that point. Now they've lowered them, which I think is a good thing, but the Madden ratings guys are so stupid. And I know it's like
I think they also do it on purpose. I 100% believe that they intentionally do like incendiary rankings to get people to talk about their game.
I
It's a
understand like
huge boost.
people are always gonna be mad, like, why is this guy not higher? But you should never be you should never be far off. It's such an easy job. All you got to do is do research. Like, you have a whole calendar year to do research on 32 teams. All you have to do is just run it by 10 different beat reporters and be like, hey, is this anything out of the ordinary here? And then if all 10 are like, hey, why is Andrew Thomas the same ranking as Richie James? Then you're like, all right, let's revisit this. What a play by Kenneth Walker.
Yeah. This is
Fucking
where
mad
it's
at
going
watch this game.
this is where the Rams are they could be a little too aggressive on defense and get burnt. This is a very difficult spot to be a defensive coordinator.
Just feel you got to make better tackles, but all right. All right, second down.
And actually, Doug Analytics would probably do a better job of Madden ratings than anybody at EA.
Yeah, it's just not a hard job. And what makes me more mad is the guy comes on Twitter and he's like, it's hard. It's like, it's actually really not a hard job.
Oh, Tom Brady talking about himself.
2nd and 8.
All day. Lot of air underneath that. What the hell was that?
All right. I mean, this is not the game, but it's damn near close to being in the game this next third down.
Crowd is losing their minds.
You didn't deserve that even for you to get there a second early.
Why the fuck did he like moonshot? I mean, I get it. I think you make the argument that that's uncatchable. The ball is so far out of bounds.
Because they never call, like, say uncatchable, people forget that is part of the rule.
Yeah.
All right, third down, motion and cup, timeout. Bobby, did you see Will Campbell do an Evan Neal move earlier? So there's two sides of that. He was cut blocking. People are like, what an idiot. But it was a bad cut block. He wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to fall over. Like it was intentional. It was just a bad job. I work in game development. You'd be shocked. I had to fight an entire company on why Shaq shouldn't consistently hit threes.
I mean, I don't doubt that those people don't know that, but that doesn't mean that the job is hard. It's just, if your job is to write code, it's probably not to watch lots of sports. It's like a separate job entirely.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the rankings guy. I'm not saying the developing the game isn't hard. It's just the rankings
Yeah.
guy should be able to get it done. Also, I haven't played 2K in a long time, but when they changed the free throw to just the shooting form, that was so stupid because, like, well, I can master this bad free throw shooter's form. The perfect one was the one where it did. It was you had the two lines, like side. You had to get in the middle of the box on both sides. That was the best one because it was just like, all right, if you're terrible, it's super fast. If you're Ray Allen, you'd have to purposely try and miss this free throw. So that's
I
talking.
still maintain that they do it on purpose.
We've hit 3 hours on the stream. 300 plus people in here. 300 of our closest friends.
My guy, I understand that you can be an engineer and watch sports. I'm simply saying that writing the code for the game is a lot harder, and your job is probably to make the code right versus I don't know who's in charge of the rankings and shit.
There's an Instagram reel video of a guy who's like, the reason that the games have gotten worse, like with movement wise, is it used to be a dot. That was the animation that you following it, and so like the animation didn't look as good, but like the mechanics were the best. And now it's like it's all about making it leg, and that's why they could stay at full speed going like this. Because you used to not be able to do that. Now you could just go like this at full speed. All right,
This is
3rd
huge
and 8.
for
Let's
me.
lock in.
Is Shula bringing a blitz?
Nice
No.
drop back.
Oh my god!
Oh, dude, that's so close. That's right. I mean,
This-
that's gonna be 4th and
That's
inch.
right down at the line, dude.
That's a good spot. Why is he pulling the change, dude? Measure it. Measure
That's
it.
definitely measurable.
Why are
It's
you not measuring that? What's the rush here?
agreed.
I would like to see this if I'm McVay and possibly challenge because you can get the exact spot.
Yeah.
That's
How many
there's
timeouts do
a
they
video
have?
to get the exact spot on that. He only has 2 timeouts. He also has a 2-minute warning, so you'd have to know.
It's just so stupid. He shouldn't have to wait. Like, we have the technology for this. He shouldn't have to worry about like a challenge timeout. Nothing, because he's short.
It's right there, man. It's close. They are challenging it.
It really shouldn't be up to McVay to I don't. They use the replay to fucking overrule this shit all the time.
So he called a timeout, but he's not challenging it. See, this is the thing we don't know because we can't hear the broadcast. A lot of engineers saying they watch sports in the chat, Grump.
Yeah, man, I get it.
We have a very smart. I didn't know we had so many engineers.
God damn, I'm fucking itchy. All right, well then that was just a huge wasted timeout. You
Yeah,
can't.
what the hell's McVay doing? If at least do a protest challenge.
Well, you can't if you call timeout, and then you're risking the second timeout. Be out of everything.
But I think you can call a timeout and then put the challenge flag down. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, and say that the timeout that you called is what you're.
Yeah, I think you can
gambling?
do that.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing, Grump. We didn't even think about. They need to stop the clock, so you just use the timeout.
That's true.
We just did all that, and it's like, oh yeah, well, we're the idiots. Clock management.
Well, in all fairness, that's what they're talking about on the broadcast too.
This game has went on for a long 3 hours, 10 minutes.
Wide open, dude.
JSN. I mean, that's why is the clock running?
Forward progress. Oh, his knee went down inbounds. I think both of these uniforms are trash.
I disagree. I like both of them.
I don't like the weird, like,
Actually, you know what? I don't like the Rams uniforms.
I don't like in the numbers. I know that they're doing like the horn thing, but like I don't like that like laminated layer to the uniform. I think is stupid. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with the Seahawks uniforms other than their uniforms from the 90s are just better. They just like downgraded their entire uniform. So,
But they are better than their early 2000s ones.
Seahawks?
The Matt Hasselbeck ones.
I'm trying to remember. I'll look it up.
Sean Alexander.
Oh, yes, those are terrible.
Rams are getting new uniforms. Says Tactic is rising.
Oh, what's this flag
We're gonna
for?
call sometimes it's got to be defensive holding,
On Manny
and that's
Forbes.
OPI.
Manuel Forbes stinks.
Sounds
That
like
was
the
that was
crowd
a
is cheering.
bad first round pick by the Commanders.
That was one of those ones where in the moment it's like, well, you guys are really stupid, huh?
That was one of those ones where it's like, maybe I'm the dumb one here. Oh, they're going to call in Durant.
Yeah. Ticky tack, but man. All right, that's game.
I can't believe that they came out throwing on that play.
All right, 2-minute warning was 2nd and 2. Well, I didn't get my Super Bowl prediction correct.
Neither did I. Well, like every time. Never mind. Just gonna bitch. All I do is bitch.
Yeah, and we're getting tired of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So am I.
You
Shut the
scumbag.
fuck up, grump.
Is Christian Haynes anything for the Seahawks? No, he's a backup. They drafted Zabel, so they put him in the lineup.
Christian Haynes, the UConn offensive lineman.
Yeah, great Senior Bowl week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think he's played at all this year because I think their guys have been healthy.
He also doesn't. I don't know how much of a fit for like the Kubiak like system he is. It's been a while since we watched him, but
Here, let me go look up his pass block numbers. See if he did anything this year. Seahawks pass blocking. Total opportunities. He only played 12 snaps this year. Or pass blocking snaps.
if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, is Darnold one of the worst QBs in recent memory to win one? Hurts.
So I know Jalen Hurts is, probably a low point over in his career over the last 5 years. It's not like Hurts has played great in these Super Bowls. And that 2022 year, Jalen Hurts, if he played like that every year, he'd be a top 5 key. Like, he was very good that year. Like, really good.
But I think
they're in the same
average
category.
QBs, but like average QBs paired with the right coordinator in the right year can, like, Sam Darnold. Is Sam Darnold anything on a shit team? I don't think so.
Does he do the same thing with the Eagles with Patullo? Probably not.
Yeah.
So, but I think they're in the same category. So you got Darnold, Hurts, and then Mahomes,
Foles,
Brady. Yeah, I guess you'd have to go back to Foles. That was
that Peyton year, honestly.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, even though he was terrible that year. He was the worst quarterback in the NFL that year.
He was a straight up noodle arm for like an entire year.
I've
dude.
never seen a quarterback play with a weaker arm than that. Like, I'm 34 years old, and I've never seen a quarterback play more than one game with an arm weaker than that. Got to stop. Third and 6. Would you guys rather throw the bag at Linderbaum or Illuminor this offseason?
I mean, define throw the bag, I
19
don't
mil
think I don't think that Illuminor is gonna command a throw the bag kind of deal.
Yeah, but 19 mil is a lot.
What, for Linderbaum?
I guess for both. So someone said you never saw Chad Pennington play. I did, but Peyton's arm was like much weaker than what Pennington's was with the Dolphins.
Yeah, he was shot.
Like, again, it looked like he shouldn't be playing quarterback. That's how bad it was. Again, Pennington's arm was very weak after that injury. Even that year they went to the playoffs with the Dolphins. Trying to think like some of the worst quarterbacks I've seen win the Super Bowl. It was the first Super Bowl I ever watched, but Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
bad.
the obvious one.
He's the worst, even though I didn't know anything about football at that point. Brad Johnson was pretty bad.
And also, like, Foles doesn't really count. Because Foles, it's not like
he played great in that run too.
But that's the thing, is that he only had to show up for like the last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
From there, and like, whatever. But like, it's not like he was a starting quarterback that played all year and went to a Super Bowl. That's sort of a different category. It's the Jeff Hostetler thing. Like, oh my God.
All right, Rams are going to get the ball back.
Braden Fish just fucking ate Sam Darnold for lunch.
We're going to get the ball back with about 38 seconds left. No. Yeah, about 30 seconds left. They tried to run QB bash. Yep, that's what it was.
Yes, they did. I agree that Darnold is better than everyone that we're talking about.
Yeah,
except for maybe Hurts. Maybe Hurts.
He's way better than the Dilfer or Brad Johnson.
Jim McMahon.
Final year. I'm trying to think. I mean, after Brad Johnson, there wasn't really any bad quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl for a while, right?
What do you mean by after? Which direction is after for you?
Like recently, Brad Johnson won it in the 2002 season. Since then, it was Brady. Big Ben had a bad Super Bowl, but he was a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Eli, Peyton.
Flacco, but Flacco was like
Flacco
electric.
was a good quarterback, though. Like, he wasn't great, but he was a good quarterback.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is that like Flacco was always like, fifth, like there were like 7 very very good quarterbacks at that time.
So like Flacco was definitely on the lower end, but like he was also not bad.
All right,
What a
30-yard
catch,
line.
dude.
Gotta go. Got to spike.
Yeah, spike it. You got
All right, 10 seconds.
yeah. You got to
You
hit
have
one out
one
of
play and then a hook and lateral.
Here's the thing: is hook and ladders don't work. The only time it worked was the Dolphins, and that was because they had Gronk on the field.
Bill Belichick outsmarting himself.
I think I saw a stat like the hook and ladder has not worked in the NFL. It's been twice. One of my favorite players ever. In fact, we had a backyard play. We called it Saints. Was when you start lateraling, was the Saints had the craziest one ever, and it's like, oh my! And then they missed the extra point and lost the game. It was with Aaron Brooks and Deuce McCall. It was on that Aaron Brooks Deuce McCall. It was against the Jags. They had like 13 laterals. It's just the craziest play ever. And they just fucking missed it. I think might have been John Carney just missed the extra point. So I remember whenever, it was last play in the backyard, the play call for us was Saints.
I'm going back to like maybe
that's 2 of this century. The Saints.
2018 or something.
That Dolphins one?
No, college. There's a tight end.
College it happens a little more often.
Yeah. There was a tight end that was like being tackled. Big name tight end too. He was like being tackled and he just kind of like threw it backwards and it turned out to be a touchdown. All right, seriously. Second 10 seconds, going back. Got him.
He got out of bounds. That was perfect. Why are they running the clock? He got out of bounds. That's crazy, dude. These refs
That is crazy.
Like, I understand he was in the process of being tackled, but it was all one motion. He did.
Blown the whistle, though.
I'm not rooting for the Rams or anything, but that sucks. I mean, let's see the replay.
They have to look at this. This is too crazy. Like, nah, he's down. His knee's down.
They were right. They were right. I was wrong. That sucks. I wanted to see one more play.
Me too.
What's the craziest playoff ending in the last 10 years? Is Stephon Diggs?
Easily. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when that happened. I was losing my fucking mind when that
I remember what chair I was in the house and everything. That was Marcus Williams. That was his rookie year too. He was good.
He was good. Yeah.
Seahawks going to the Super Bowl. Mike McDonald, year 2. Clint Kubiak, year 1. Sam Darnold. Dude, I'll be honest. I wasn't a big fan of like the pay Sam Darnold for the Seahawks, and they have really awesome offseason for the Seahawks. Right? They had Ryan Grubbs as their OC. It clearly wasn't working. They fire him, bring in Clint Kubiak, trade DK Metcalf, sign Sam Darnold, trade Geno. I mean, that's a great offseason. I think drafted Gray Zabel, who's been great for them as a first rounder. Like, hell of an offseason for the Seahawks, and it's obviously produced. So who's your pick? I'm going to stay Patriots stubborn, even though I think the Seahawks. I'm going to just stay Patriots since I picked them.
No, I've already made my point clear before we started. I think whoever won this game is winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I Nick is saying, like, I also thought Darnold was fake. Like, I did not believe it. So congrats to them. We're going to end the stream. It's going to be a great week. Great week. So we're going to do our podcast live tomorrow, since it's so much Giants hiring coaches oriented. So we want to get that out quicker. So tomorrow at 7:30, we'll be live for the podcast. Obviously, the people that are hanging out here know that, but we're going to be covering Senior Bowl. We'll be live after every practice. We'll have a final recap at the end of the week. We'll make sure you're following us socials as we chronicle our time. So Grump, I'll see you tomorrow. What time are you landing again?
I'll hit you up sometime around noon.
Okay, and make sure you tell me which Mobile airport because there is 2.
I sent you. Did I not send you?
I don't
didn't
think you
send
sent me the new one. You
I'm
sent me
so
the old
sorry.
one. So send me
I sent
that,
you my boarding passes.
and we'll see you guys this week. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Well, I was expecting just to do this, but thank you for the super chats. Obviously, that's not what we do it for, but very thankful for that. Let's have a great Senior Bowl week, and let's go Big Blue.